Hello everyone, welcome back to Talking Movies. Today myself and Dion, we are joined today with Pete and Eric. Thank you very much for joining us, guys. And we are doing a Kaiju special to celebrate, the Godzilla, is it Godzilla versus King Kong or King Kong versus Godzilla?
It's Godzilla versus King Kong.
No.
Can I hang the Japanese ones? The first one's one way and this one's the other way around. So yeah, it's kind of like even it up.
Who's got the A side? Yeah.
But yeah, so the 1962 is King Kong versus Godzilla. And then this one is Godzilla versus King Kong.
Yeah. I think we pretty much know who's going to win this one.
Society.
Mechagodzilla.
Mechagodzilla. Is he in this?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. It's like it's one of those mysteries that it's like everyone knows it's Mechagodzilla as a villain. There've been toys out already, and it's like who cares? As long as you get Mechagodzilla beating the hell out of people of King Kong and Godzilla, fine. You don't really need a twist in this film.
No,
I think it'd be a better film without the humans in it. To be honest, I'd be happy with like 90 minutes of just everything breaking. To be honest, but
that would be a $500 million film nowadays. Unfortunately,
well, yeah, it would be crazy.
We can have the gorillas, the 8 people from Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. Do you remember there was the 8 people? They were just have them. Take out the humans, put them in there.
Well, the acting in some of these reboots kind of is that level, so...
Well, yeah, true. Very true.
I like the new films, but they're not the best written ones.
But, I don't know. Do we really care? I don't know.
No.
Has anybody ever cried watching a kaiju movie? That's the question, isn't it? Or have we been more entertained and laughed at very stupid things?
Yeah. You know what I get is, why is Jurassic Park stuff not thought kaiju? Because it's meant to be based on realism. Because it's basically Godzilla movies.
It's kind of funny, because I Googled kaiju movie, right? And Jurassic Park was like one of the first films that came up on it. Yeah. Do you know another one was, you know that dragon movie, is it Reign of Fire, with Christian Bale in it from like the early 2000s? That's considered kaiju.
Yeah, and the Meg.
The Meg was a real thing, though.
Yeah.
A megalodon is an actual thing that existed. But unless Godzilla's real, I don't know.
Let's hope so. Yeah.
Could do a world of good. But it's okay. Who else is here? Okay, Dustin is here. Hello, Dustin. He says hashtag team. We have hashtag Team Kong from him. Dimitri is here. Evening. Then I don't know who else is here. Say hello if you want. You're welcome to. Also, we don't do super chat here. Just to confirm that we don't scalp. We don't scalp. $4.99 for comment reading.
Do you know what? I did try to get membership on my channel. You know, like you see people doing, you could join, but they don't allow you to do it for free.
Oh,
which is weird. Yeah, so you have to. The minimum someone has to pay is 99p or 99 cents. I was like, nah, I mean, it doesn't cost me anything to do my channel.
Yeah.
So it would be nice to have it because it'd be cool to have people have their own like icons and emojis and stuff. But yeah, it doesn't allow you, which is a shame.
I'd quite like to see a little like a horse icon on the side in the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should point out that Dion charged the guest, so I mean he's he's been making a lot of extra cash.
Yeah, that's how I make my income. Got no other way of nothing anymore. It's okay. It's fine. But anyway, what are we talking about? Oh, Andre's here. Hello, Andre. Welcome, my friend.
Oh,
It was like having Andre here. Just to get this out of the way, then, did anybody actually put any like Western kaiju movies in their lists? Or yeah,
I did.
Yep.
I put
Am I assuming? No. Ooh.
No.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've got a few options because I know that most of my early options are going to get trashed pretty quick. So I do have some, but mainly it's Japanese stuff, though.
I don't blame you. It's the origin, right?
Yeah, I mean, if none of mine get picked, I won't put this one in. My Western one. The rest are all Japanese.
I've got a British one, just potentially.
The British one.
The British.
Yep. You'll find out if I ever get that far, and if you do, I'll tell you later anyway.
Oh my god. Okay, that's interesting.
That is interesting.
I was like trying to find like random like French ones if I couldn't find anything, like nothing.
I know. I was surprised. I looked at a list of kaiju movies, and this one was listed, and I was like, "That's counted! Wow!"
I know what you mean. It's the definition of it is kind of weird, isn't it? But
yeah, but as soon as I thought about it, I was like, "Yeah, that does actually count as this kind of genre."
Yeah.
It's tenuous, but Kong can be a kaiju movie. This one can be as well. So it's like it made it into a British one, so potentially there's a chance.
Oh god. Okay. I'm intrigued by this one. Very intrigued, but I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Do you want to start us or?
Should I start? Should we crack on?
Yeah, we'll crack on.
I'm going to put this on before anyone else does, and it's Shin Godzilla.
All right.
Because I'm sure it's on Dion's and Pete's list.
It's not.
It's not. It's on yours though.
I put it in my reserve list because I knew it would get taken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's not even my reserve list.
Oh, really?
Really?
No, I think I like it, but there's other ones I like more.
Oh.
I really like this version of Godzilla.
Yeah.
I mean, the final form of Godzilla, I think is really cool. And I mean, the stuff he does with his back. And the cast, it's got Shinya Tsukamoto in there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fantastic. And can we talk about spoilers? Can we talk spoilers?
Sure,
yeah,
it's old enough.
Yeah.
Sure,
yeah. That last shot of the tail. I mean, that is just like what and the tail's all made out of like human skeletons. Well, some sort of form of human skeleton. I thought that looked so cool. And it just like, well, we're not going to see another Japanese Godzilla film for a few years because obviously Toho, well, now they've got the rights back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'd like to see a follow-up to that and learn more. But yeah, I have so much fun with that movie because of the cast, the Godzilla, and this. I really like the special effects in it as well. I mean, I think Godzilla looks a bit funny when when he comes out of the water and he's just like he's like got googly eyes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I think it's a fun movie, and I have a lot of laughs with it.
Yeah. That middle section's amazing. The middle section with attacks, the middle is like really something.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And I think the editing is good too, because a lot of the film's dialogue, but it's cut pretty close, so it keeps it moving.
I think it's definitely one of the most polished ones of many recent years, I think. And I really like the design as well of Godzilla. But I think the floating tail kind of freaks me out a bit in that one. Because it's just like, how does it balance? I don't know. But no, I do like it. I saw that in the cinema, actually, when it came out.
Yeah, and the tail shoots out.
Yeah.
As well. It's just like...
Yeah. The weird thing is that film, if we see it projected or in the cinema versus seeing it on TV, it does feel very different because they just miss the scope. It really does improve it a lot just seeing it on a bigger screen. Because I saw it on the TV to start with, then I saw it again projected, And it was so much more impressive projected, just the scale of it all. And what
I think that's the thing about kaiju movies sometimes is that scope is always like elevates it even more, I think. But because that's going to be the weird thing about Godzilla vs. Kong is that most of us will be seeing it on our TVs, which obviously some people don't mind, but I don't know. Like I always IMAX the shit out of if any like big monster movies, I have to like IMAX them every time.
Yeah,
but that's just me.
And I'm projecting it for mine, so I'm just going to project it onto screen, just like sod it. At least it was something.
I'm watching I've got a press screener for it over the weekend, and I've just literally got my monitor here. I'm going to watch on that. It's not going to be the same.
I'm going to watch it on my mobile phone.
David Lynch will be proud of you.
Oh, God. God. Okay. That's a good start, I think.
Yeah.
But, right. How? Sorry, we didn't even do an order. How do you want to do the order?
Should we do it?
I'll get the guests first and I'll do it. I'll do mine last.
Ooh.
Okay.
Dion could get boxed out here. All right.
I could, but I feel confident.
Yeah, and then we'll just choose the ones who's planning to do next. So who's next then? Or
Peter. We'll do Peter, then Eric, then I'll go.
all right.
So go down and then.
I'm going for well, I think it's a fairly obvious one to start with is giant monsters all out attack.
Nice.
It's hard to it's one of those when you wait to see why you wait to do that one because it's awesome. That's why it's awesome.
it's
just
awesome.
It's like the best monster fights in it. The cast is good. You like that the characters in between the monster fights. The monster fights are brutal. And when Godzilla's versus the Baragon, the early parts, he's beating the crap out of him. It's like so brutal. And then you get Mothra and King Ghidorah coming to fight him as well. It's just like non-stop. Like, what the hell? It's the exact opposite of Shin Godzilla. It's like the most fantastical, yes, we'll get all these monsters fighting each other thing. It's just like, it's wonderful. It's just so fantastical. All the fights are good. I just liked the whole thing, which is a really enjoyable experience. It's one of those Godzilla films where you just turn it on and everything works. The whole thing just works perfectly. It's like one of those ones you say, if you want to see a Godzilla film, here's that. Watch that one. That's something, plus all the big monsters, really. All the apart from Mechagodzilla, you get all the really famous ones coming in. And you even get Baragon.
On Baragon, yeah.
And you get him beaten to crap repeatedly in one fight. Which is actually in some ways the best fight, because it's like quite shocking how horribly he's treated. It's hilarious, that whole sequence. But yeah, no, I was like, I actually thought this one would even go before I had a chance to see it, because it was like, it seemed of any word in my list, this one seemed the most obvious one to
Yeah, no, I would agree with you. I purposely didn't put it on my list because I knew it was going to come up. Yeah.
Now, that's interesting. Our first two choices, Shin Godzilla Gmk. There's an article online, and I linked it into my last Godzilla video review, that contrasts the two films, because GMK was anti-nationalistic and Shin Godzilla is pro-nationalistic, and the article goes through the whole. It's fascinating. So if anybody hasn't, just search online, GMK versus Shin Godzilla, and you'll find it. It's a really good article.
I need to add this to my list. The Battle of it. Okay. I'll put it in the chat for anyone.
Yeah, good call. It's interesting in this giant monster, same franchise, and they go opposite ends of the spectrum and all over the place. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think a good thing about the Godzilla series is that it does wander all over the place. It's kind of like Batman in a way where you can change the formula quite easily. And the character can change a lot, and you can do a lot with it because it's kind of bizarrely flexible in a way that other characters aren't. But Godzilla, you can do a lot with.
I gotta say, I really like the design of Godzilla in GMK as well. Like, for some reason, I think it's one of the most ferocious looking of
his teeth.
Yeah, it's the teeth, isn't it?
It's more like a tiger.
Yeah, it's just anytime I think of like that kind of period of like Godzilla films, that's the one that hits me every time. But honestly, I struggle to remember when I saw that the first time, but I'm pretty sure I saw a really shit YouTube rip of it. I mean, it was just like not even, it wasn't even standard definition, but I just enjoyed the hell out of it. But yeah, no, good choice. Yeah,
good choice.
Right. Okay, we're packing the punches here, lads. Right then, Eric, destroy our souls, please.
All right, I'm going with another one. Doesn't get mentioned as much as I would hope it would be, but it's another Godzilla film. It's Godzilla versus Super Mechagodzilla from 1993, also known as like Mechagodzilla 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
And that one's the one, like, I think it has the most action of any kaiju film I've ever seen in my life. It's just like, it just hits hard right from the start. You get like Godzilla's like in half the movie, at least during the first half he is. And there's just tons of action. And it just keeps rolling. So I think this one is, the characters really aren't even, characters and story are just kind of basic, but it almost doesn't even matter in this movie. You get some references to some of the other films. And remember, the Heisei era is actually a linear timeline where the films follow each other. So that's kind of nice with this one, is you keep following that timeline. And then, at the beginning, there's these training sequences. Like, it's played for laughs, but you actually get to see people train to fight Godzilla. Like, they show, like, his blind spots and, like, what type of weapons to use against him. I thought that was kind of neat. And then, Mechagodzilla is really good in this. Probably not one of my favorite designs in terms of how it's designed, but in terms of its attacks, it's got some really good stuff in here. Rodan is in it. He's a badass in this one as well. And it's one of those films that's, it's a little cheesy, but it's also pretty badass at the same time. And it's just nonstop entertainment. And we get a baby Godzilla that's way better than the one from the Showa era. I was really happy about that as well. So this is one of the ones now that I go to a lot when I just want to pop one in.
Oh man, I just want to watch it again now because I haven't seen that one in ages. I'm a fan.
I saw it a year and a half ago because I was doing all that era, so I was through them all then. But it's bizarre because I bought some in Blu-ray and you didn't actually have the subtitles for some of them, so I got it from Germany. It didn't matter. You could roughly work out what the plot was anyway. Did not matter at all. It's just like you get the general gist of it, and it was like fine. You don't really need the dialogue for most of these movies. You actually can't follow them.
Oh man. Hussein, you got any comments or?
Oh no, I love that as well. Does Mecha King Ghidorah make presence in it, or is there was like a reference to him as well?
That one was, I think that was a different one.
Was that? But there's like a.
Man, I'm trying to remember if that was the movie book. I don't know. I'll have to check.
Or he's always. I think he's just referenced in it. Yeah. Yeah, but that's.
I think wasn't that in King Ghidorah 91? Because they had to go back in time to make them.
Yeah. That was that. Yeah. And the robot that runs really fast in King Ghidorah one. Yeah, the King Ghidorah one was one of the first ones I saw actually of the Godzilla films. So I must have seen that not long after it came out. I don't know how I saw it, but I do remember seeing that when it was much younger.
Yeah, the Mecha King Ghidorah was in the 91 film.
Yeah.
That was cool. But that's another one I really like too.
Yeah. So many good ones.
I've got What we got here now? Sorry, need to catch up with the chat before I carry on. Premium Blu-ray says you need to get down with the kids and move to Discord. It's like, no, I'm okay, thank you.
What's this?
Don't want to know. Dimitri says, I'm still sad that we didn't get to see Monster Hunter in the cinemas over here. The scope is certainly a major point. I completely agree. And then he says, Shin Ultraman being delayed in both a blessing and a curse. True. That's sad. Jimmy D Bags is also here. Sup, bros? Welcome.
I should
Jimmy.
say that I hated Monster Hunter. Like, I really hated that.
Yeah, I thought it was okay.
No, so far, it's my worst film of the year by a mile. It's just I just hated it.
David Bowie biopic is the worst thing I've seen this year so far. Well, what? Go.
There's always one film that just drives you insane. That was it for me.
It had potential, but do you know what I wanted to see more of? Do you know that Chef Cat thing at the end?
Oh,
it was like, yeah. I was like, I feel like there needs to be a spin-off of that.
It's called Cats.
Oh. It's called Cats. God. What else we got? Carl's here. Evening, Carlos. Welcome.
Oh, cool.
Jimmy D-Bags says, hashtag Team Kong over here, bros. Dustin GMK is fantastic, and the design of Godzilla is one of my favorites. Amen, brother. Premium Blu-ray said, this is already turning into a rabbit hole for me. Only ever seen the Western Godzilla and Kong movies, to my shame. Well, this is an education for you, my friends. Enjoy. And Cloverfield, if it counts, he says. Jimmy D-Bags also says, I enjoyed the shit out of Kong Skull Island, to be fair. It's not bad.
It's a lot of fun now. Kong Skull Island is a lot of, it's just pulp nonsense. That's what's so fun about it.
I think what's weird, there's so many famous people in that movie. It's like Brie Larson, Samuel Jackson, and Tom Hiddleston's in it. Kyle Chan is it Cat Chan?
No, he was in there.
He's in the Godzilla's, and he's in John C. Reilly. There's loads of famous actors in that movie. But I don't know. Does anybody else like Skull Island or nah?
I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's easy. It's an easy Sunday afternoon watch, I would call it.
Well, I think the good thing with that was all the actors knew what film they were in. They knew exactly what film they were meant to be in, so they all kind of acted the right way for that one. No one was trying to be winning an Oscar or anything. They were just like, we're in pulp.
Well, Godzuki for the win, Carl says. Oh, God. Blah Blah says, Premium Blu-rays, you have to check out the original Godzilla, dude. Can't recommend it enough. If you don't like that, don't bother with other monster films. That's a great way to go for it, I guess. Then what else we got? Oh, Dustin. They use Mecha Ghidorah head for building Mechagodzilla, I think.
That's it.
Should have got Dustin here. He's like the oracle of kaiju as well, I think. Damn. Raki says, good evening all. Welcome, Raki. And Cal says, and then Cal and David are having a conversation anyway. Okay, that's fine. Right. My choice. I'm going to go a bit off kill, and I'm actually not going to go for a Japanese one, but I'm calling it a kaiju film, but Bong Joon-ho's the host. Okay. Because, right, it is a giant monster, technically.
Yeah.
It does cause carnage. And also, I find it to be quite a lovely film. So, and again, right, this is the thing about Bong Joon-ho. What I like about him is that he gives so much humanity to genre film anyway. And I think it's just kind of like, yes, we get this with some of these like kaiju films, like Kong, for example, like the human connection with the monster, blah, blah, blah. But I think in this one, there's a bit more of a deeper sentiment to it. Yeah. And it actually feels a bit more genuine. And I don't know, I just enjoy the sense of realism in it. Don't ask me why I picked this film. I just thought, you know what, nobody's going to mention this. Unless anybody had it on the list, I guess not.
I had it as a backup.
Did you? Okay.
Really? Yeah. I never considered it a kaiju film, but
yeah, it's on the edge. It's on the edge.
Yeah, it's there, but it's not.
It's not big. Maybe I don't consider him big enough.
Yeah.
To be a kaiju, but I guess you can if Meg is a kaiju film,
if Godzuki can be a kaiju.
yeah, and would you say he's about the same size as a T-Rex?
Well, it's big enough, isn't it? And
Yeah.
you know, I think when we consider kaiju, it's like causes chaos in urban areas, destroys stuff, people go crazy, and there's a human element to it. So this is a kaiju movie.
Yeah.
And there's a human touch, just like our own Emmerich film.
Yes.
I'm kidding. I'm not being serious.
I was going to put the Emmerich movie on my list just to
be a troll.
Yeah, just to fuck around with. But I decided against it. I was like, I can't do this. This is not like my junior. Was it Junior? I can't remember what movie it was now. Peter just went mad with me.
What?
Was it Junior? Oh no, Waterboy.
Mm.
Yeah, I mentioned Waterboy, my favorite of the 90s. And everybody's like, what? I remember. Anyway. Yeah, that's what happened. But anyway, I should have. So yeah, the host is from South Korea. Host.
Great flick.
Hell yeah. I'm going to rewatch it again, I think, when I get that new Bong Joon-ho set. But no, I do like it. I watched it loads at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Very underrated from him.
Oh, is that why you've been selling all those Bong Joon-ho films off just now?
Yeah.
I was wondering why I'm doing that. I was like, seemed a bit weird. Now it makes sense.
Do you want any? Because you can have some.
I've got them.
Motherfucker. Nobody wants them. Yeah, I've managed to get a copy. So yeah. Happy days. I know you've been stalking me.
Who?
Peter. Anyway,
all right, sorry. I stalk Hus, not you.
Oh, that's okay. Damn it. I'm sure I got a stalker somewhere.
Yeah.
Probably not here. Probably there in my wardrobe right now. Anyway, Hus, what have you got next?
Okay. I'm going for the 1974 Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla.
Mm.
Did you guys put this in your list?
Yeah, this was one of mine as well.
An alternate for me.
Yeah. I absolutely love this. This is one of the most fun Godzilla movies for me. You've got an alien race of apes. So it's like a bit like Planet of the Apes meeting Godzilla, meeting Mechagodzilla, and my favorite kaiju, King Caesar. I absolutely love King Caesar. He's like, I don't know, what is he? Half dog, half something else. Is he a Pomeranian? It's like a giant Pomeranian head. He's so cool. And, you know, it's just so much fun. Like, you get two big fights, Mechagodzilla versus King Caesar, and then Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. I just think that is just that's phenomenal. Who else? Which other kaiju's in it? The one that sends a message to Godzilla. Is it Angiro?
Yeah, it's hard because a lot of these films do want to teach you your mind. You're like, is that the one from this one or that one? You have to stop and think. Like,
yes, Anguirus is in there per my notes.
Yeah, he gets proper fucked up. Like you see, because Mechagodzilla is wearing a Godzilla suit, and then he just snaps Anguirus's jaw, like just grabs it and just goes crack.
Yeah,
you just see so much blood coming out.
I almost kind of wish they play with that just a little bit more. In the Mechagodzilla or the Godzilla suit and cause more confusion.
Yeah, but they let it go straight away. It's like, oh, that's not Godzilla. Yeah.
I feel like Mechagodzilla is going to be making quite a few appearances on the stream tonight. It feels like it anyway.
Yeah, 100%.
But it always feels. I don't know. I think I think the inclusion of Mechagodzilla always kind of like changed the level of, I don't know, not bizarreness, but the level of intensity in these movies anyway. But
I think they've very chosen my two favourite Mechagodzilla movies, actually. The two I like most. It's been chosen so far, Mechagodzilla, but this one's my favourite Mechagodzilla movie, because it is just so much fun. Plus, the human stuff's fun as well. It's not great, but it's fun, because it's just fast-paced, and it's like just enjoyable. Just the whole film's like that. It's just great fun.
Good choice. Right then, Peter.
Okay, I'm going to go for a really weird one. I'm going off Godzilla, kind of. Yeah, because you see what Frankenstein Conquers the World. It's a Honda movie. It's with Barry Gunn in it. I think it's Barry Gunn or someone. One of the early monsters, or one of the monsters I've got, or it's very similar to the monsters I've got. I can't remember if they used this one. See, it's hard. Somebody think it was that. So some of the monsters look similar to the Ghidorah monsters as well. But Frankenstein Conquers the World is a film I watched this week, and I had a lot of fun with this one. It was just so much fun. Like the heart of the Frankenstein monster is found in Germany during World War II and is sent over to Japan from the Nazis. And it turns out the heart cannot be killed. It goes to Hiroshima.
Oh, God.
And the bomb goes off in Hiroshima as they're trying to deal with the heart. 10 years later, they find a boy running around. So apparently, from this heart, they've grown this boy who's getting bigger and bigger into this giant. And they're trying to civilize him. But if we cut off his hand goes up with a hand that's moving around and doing things. And he escapes into the wild. And they're trying to stop him from getting killed by the military. And he runs into this other monster eating all these people. And they fight.
It's
amazing.
It's awesome. And it really is that stupid.
I have never seen this. I've heard of it.
Yeah, it lives up to its reputation as one of the weirdest films ever made, I've ever seen. It's just so entirely wonderful and terrible and brilliant. It's Honda. Sure, Honda made it in between some of the Godzilla movies, and it was a co-production between America and Toho. And they're trying to do. It was just after they did the King Kong stuff, and they're trying to do other stuff like Frankenstein monster to try and get America interested. So this was the weird film that was. You got our American lead, but a lot of faces you'd recognise from Godzilla movies as well in the background and helping out, and it's just wonderful and just bizarre, and I saw it in terrible condition. It really was. It was really hard to watch because it was like sub SD level of imagery, but it's just wonderful. It's a true kaiju movie because it really is as stupid as it sounds, but it's wonderful.
Wow.
I think Japanese Samurai DVD might have a good copy for you to buy on DVD at least. Because there's two different versions. There's an international version that has an extra little fight at the end involving an octopus or something, I think. So yeah. It's just fun watching like a humanoid fight a kaiju, because the kaijus usually are lumbering, but to see a guy like a regular like dude like fight, it's just fun to watch.
Yeah, I just saw a clip of the Frankenstein like rattling a boat. I was just like, oh, for fuck's sake. I have to check it out. It's not a restoration, it says. 3 years ago. So
it's hard to find. I've been looking around for a good copy of it. They're all going for £50 or something. It's like, Jesus, I'm not paying that much.
Are they?
Yeah, it's pretty expensive. So,
oh yeah, there's a Blu-ray.
Is that a DVD or Blu-ray?
There's a Blu-ray in Japan for £54 here.
Yeah, and the DVDs are like
Japanese
30
Blu-rays
quid.
Yeah, Japanese
Probably no
Blu-rays
subtitles.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's
You can buy a vinyl of it if you want.
yeah.
Don't know
But
if there's any good musical value to it, but okay, sure. God, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's really something.
That's a good choice.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah. You're reviewing that now and thinking, how'd that get my head?
Yeah, I don't know. I definitely have to find it, but damn, that looks hilarious. Have you watched it, Host?
No. But I definitely want to check it out. I'll look for some sort of copy of it. Looks ridiculous. The Frankenstein in it looks like a Frankenstein from Carry On Screaming. Like from a Carry On film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really bizarre. It's weird. Very weird.
Eric, what have you got next?
Yeah. One more thing. I just looked him up. The Frankenstein guy. I always thought that those guys always look like a combination of like King Kong, Gary Busey, and Ron Perlman, all kind of mashed together.
Oh God.
But yeah. So I started with like a badass movie, Super Mechagodzilla. You know what I mean? Badass. And I'm going to a mostly bad. And it is a Shaw Brothers production. And it is called The Mighty Peking Man from 1977. Yes.
Brilliant.
I had to have this on my list.
Such a fun movie.
It's basically just like a rip-off of King Kong, but it's Shaw Brothers. And it's a Hong Kong movie, so you get the nuttiness elevated to like tenfold. So you have these dudes, they try to capture this 100-foot tall ape in India. All right, so you get the rip-offs of some certain moments, but you get certain things. Like this is up there with like the funniest kaiju films I've ever seen. You get some weird animal attacks. You get this like blonde girl who's scantily clad.
Yeah.
And she hangs around with the animals and does all kinds of weird stuff. There's she swings on vines too. It like this movie is just completely insane. So like the first half is just like nutty, unintentional comedy with one of the worst like kaiju suits you'll ever see. Like even this, you can see the actor's eyes in the mask on the suit. Like that's how bad it is. But then the second half, it starts to rip off King Kong even more, but it gives you actually like some good monster fights that are actually pretty cool and fun to watch. And there's just scenes in this movie where every time I watch it, I'm on the floor, like in laughter. That's how funny it is. So I had to include it. Is it
Danny Lee or T. Lung in it?
Danny Lee is in it.
Danny Lee.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I highly recommend this for everyone.
That's recently had a UK Blu-ray.
Has it?
Yeah, I've got it actually. It might be. There it is.
Wow. How convenient. Right behind him. Yeah, there she is. She speaks gibberish too. It's great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's how it's stuck.
Audio commentary with Bay Logan. Wow. That's a really good title. Yeah. Get the UK one comes with a DVD and Blu-ray of it. So yeah.
Nice.
One to check out, guys.
I think it's out of print.
Is it?
I can't find it anyway. Yeah, I can't. No. There's one on eBay going on like an auction right now, but wait a minute. No, it's out of stock.
I bet you Japanese Samurai DVD will also have a copy of that. But it would be DVD.
You can rent it on Prime in the UK. So
there you go.
Yeah, $1.99. I'm sure that's.
Oh, it's worth it. It's worth every penny.
So what's the tale again? The mighty
Peking Man.
Right.
Not to be confused with some other versions of it. You got to do this 1977 film because there's other countries that made like Peking Man films.
Damn.
It's crazy how Danny Lee was like doing those types of Shaw Brothers movies, and then when he went to Golden Harvest, the totally different types of films he was doing.
Man, I wish Shaw Brothers made more of these types of. Oh man, could you imagine with different monsters? It would have been ridiculous.
Yeah,
that's amazing. I saw I saw an image of it now of just the guy in the suit looking through like a. I don't know, like a house or whatever. It's just like the eyes are just so human. It's unreal. Love it. No, that's
oh
Kaiju
my god!
cinema.
I'm seeing an image of this. My god.
Yeah, exactly.
It's good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
This is why Eric gets paid the big bucks for coming here, recommending this. Oh god, how the hell do you top that up though? Jesus Christ. I was just gonna go freaking safe now. My choice is actually Destroy All Monsters. Because it honestly, this is my favorite. Or like was it 1968? I just love the idea that they're all on an island and like peace is restored in the world, and then I don't know. I think it was the first time I ever saw like all of the major monsters in a film together as well. And I think in many ways, probably it was like one of the main films that really kind of made me want to watch more of them. Yeah. But like I say, it's an absolute safe option as hell. But I think like that was the first time I really got like a big love for like Ghidorah as well, because Ghidorah is probably my favorite like villain really in any of these movies. But and then obviously having Rodan in it as well. I don't know. I love Destroy All Monsters. I think it's probably the most rewatched of all of like the Godzilla films, Toho movies anyway, that I've ever watched. I absolutely love it. Do you know what? Even like the imagery of it, I just love it to death. So very basic, but if anybody wants to elaborate.
It took me multiple viewings to appreciate it for some bizarre reason. I used to dislike it back in the day, maybe because a few of the monsters almost have like cameos instead of extended scenes. But I rewatched it again recently. I'm like, what was my problem? This is a fun movie.
Exactly.
I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it's that weird storyline in it as well. It's just it's like it just shows the unconventionality of like narrative, I think, in their films. Probably one, because when you think about like the original Godzilla film, it's actually got a decent story behind it. Well, minus the American cut of it, I guess. But and then it just eventually, as it carries on, the narrative just goes weirder and weirder to the point where you just don't give a shit about the narrative anymore. You just want to see a shit ton of monsters fight on an island. So, I
think is it the first time we see Minilla?
I feel like
I couldn't tell him before that.
Yeah, I think he might have showed up before that.
Yeah, because
it is. This isn't the one where he hatches. No, because he was in the one before that. Yeah. But Mothra. The only thing that lets us is that Mothra doesn't go to his full form, and he's just a caterpillar throughout the whole film.
True. Teaser for the rest of it. I don't know. But I don't know. Hey, that's on the Criterion set, isn't it? Because I don't actually own the Criterion set.
Yeah, it's on there.
I'm hoping one day that there'll be like a more condensed version of that, but I doubt it. No. I ain't got no space for that. I
I
really
want them to
don't.
do the next era. But they probably will never. I don't know if they'll ever do it. You gotta assume it sold well, right? So, but
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Working with Toho to get and everybody else to get right, it's gotta be a pain.
Yeah.
Well, that was the thing actually when you put your first video up and you did the series stuff. I didn't know that Toho were really bad with like image rights and clips and stuff like that. I was actually quite surprised, really. But,
they're the biggest studio in Japan. One of the biggest.
Plus, I think Japan producers are still living in like the 70s or something with their thought process in terms of marketing and stuff like that.
Probably, yeah, that's true. Even though like there's bootlegs of these movies all across the globe anyway.
Yeah.
You know, this is how most people got to see them, was with bootleg anyway.
Yeah. I'm going to get a drink for my second, okay?
Okie doke, that's fine. But then I think, while Peter's away, then do you guys actually like any of these Warner Brothers Godzilla films that have come out over the last like few years, or have you just been entertained by them and that's it? Or
I thought, well, I don't even know if you saw my Godzilla 2014 review. I didn't like that one.
I don't actually know, but I'll go check it out.
If you want to see me angry, check that review out. But the last one I thought was watchable. The King of the Monsters I actually thought was watchable. It had enough stuff going on, and it had some pretty neat visual. I'm a sucker for neon stuff, so I'll probably like the new one because it's got a neon light scene for a finale.
I'm the same. I didn't like the one with the Bryan Cranston one so much, but the latest one, was it King of Godzilla, King of
the Monsters?
Yeah, I saw it on Sky recently. It's not too bad.
I find them quite easy to like rewatch them. I don't know why. If they're like on TV, I don't mind putting them on. Like I think with the Gareth Edwards one, I think it just takes a bit too much time to get into it. But I think that Halo drop happened and they jumped from the sky. Like that shot is fucking cool as hell. And you see the lightning and then the fight happening. But yeah, I know what you mean.
What about the Matthew Broderick one?
That's bloody awful.
I still remember going to see that day one, like when I was a kid.
Too long and too many characters were the big problems.
Yeah, the thing is, when I saw that in the cinema, I had a guy who was somebody drunk behind me, and he was getting paranoid. What's going on here? It was really weird, but it kept me awake during the film, and that was something, you know. But I say I really enjoyed the Gareth Edwards Godzilla. I'm probably one of the people who really like it, but I really enjoyed Eric's tearing that apart in his video because you know that thing is, if you really like a film, you don't really mind someone else not liking it as long as it's more fun to watch it because it's like, well, I don't care.
A lot of people don't like some of my favorites too, so it's the part. That's how it is with these films.
I don't think it's fun though. I think it's always a lot of fun if you see someone not like something you like. It's like, doesn't matter. It's just a funny video.
Who's next now? Host, right?
Yeah.
Host, go.
Okay, I'm going for Gamera 2, Attack of Legion.
Yeah.
Did you guys all have that on your list?
I didn't know.
Yes.
It's probably the most violent Gamera as well. And that monster that it goes against just looks so cool as well. He's like he looks a little bit like one of the aliens from Independence Day, but white, few more claws. He's got shoots out electricity. He just is so cool, and he's got these it's like a mother to all these like little tiny versions of the monster as well, which just looks so cool. I mean, it's ridiculously violent, and there's loads of blood in it at some point. That bit in the train where just some brains just get splattered everywhere. It's just, it's such a cool movie. It's my favorite Gamera.
Yeah,
easily.
Mine too.
Yeah, the thing was, I actually saw him double bub with the first one because when I got them in the pack thing, I watched the first one and thought, I've got an hour and a half, 2 hours spare. I'm going to watch this one too. And it was just like an amazing 4 hours, basically, of just astonishment. It was just like, wow. Because I can always count those three as almost like one film. So some sort of goes together. They do feel that there's a series of self-contained films, but they are really good.
Yeah.
Same director as GMK. Shusuke Kaneko. That dude, he knew how to do it, man, with the Kaiju films. He made 4 great ones.
Yeah.
Mental. I think, do you think Gamera doesn't really get the love it deserves sometimes? Or
I think more in the West, he probably doesn't. Because I think he's still huge in Japan. I mean, then they do an animated TV show as well for kids or something.
Oh, really?
Or was it an animated film?
A Godzilla animated film?
Gamera.
Oh, Gamera. Okay. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
The first time I ever heard of Gamera was when I was watching Mad Men when it came out the first time, and they actually go and watch the original Gamera in the cinema, like in the show, and I went, what the fuck? Like, how have I not heard of this before? And that was the first time I ever heard it, and then I actually instantly then went to watch the first one, just to understand it, and then I actually got down a bit of a rabbit hole. But I've never like fully explored Gamera, but from what I've seen, I like. But if you're speaking of animated shows, did anybody used to watch the Godzilla animated show back in the day?
The 70s one.
Yeah, in the 70s. Yeah.
Yeah. I loved that as a kid. And then you're told, "Oh, Godzuki is the most horrible thing ever. You can't like it." And it's like, I used to watch that show all the time. Was it Hanna-Barbera? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and then obviously they did the 2 seasons of the Emmerich one as well, didn't they, in the late 90s?
Yeah.
That was fucking shite. Probably better than the movie. But...
Yeah. It's funny, I heard Godzuki is referred to as the scrappy duo of Godzilla.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
How you can make a Saturday morning kids cartoon with these creatures is amazing, but whatever sells, I guess. But
yeah.
Right, Peter, what were you on next then?
I was going to hold this one off till the end, but I thought after the Mighty Peking Man, I thought that it's time for it.
Oh,
this
God.
is the British Kaiju movie. It's called Conga. Michael Goff. It's about mad scientist. It's almost like what would happen if Hammer made a Kaiju movie. Michael Goff plays a scientist who disappeared in Africa and he comes back with a monkey called Conga. It's the first half of the movie he's hypnotized on the little ape to kill his enemies. So it's like murder reward. Then towards the end, he annoys his girlfriend. She gives him all this serum they've been using on the monkey. The monkey grows to an enormous height, attacks London, and kills the mad doctor. And they don't have any money for special effects, so the special effects are terrible. But it's got 2 things going for it. 1, it's insane. It's utterly insane. This whole idea is utterly insane. And 2, Michael Goff as a mad scientist is hilarious because he's not even trying to be sympathetic. He is enjoying being a total bastard throughout this film. So it's worth watching for Michael Goff and the crazy Godzilla, the crazy Conga in this movie because I've got it in DVD. It's wonderful.
Holy shit!
I'm gonna watch this one soon.
That just even looking at the dude in the suit is
these eyes
beyond hilarious. Yeah, those are dead eyes, soulless eyes of a killer.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Does he climb Big Ben?
I think so. Yeah, he does a lot of building stuff.
Great.
I'm not quite sure. I can't quite remember if he does Big Ben, but there's a lot of tall building stuff and he's smashing things up. That's probably the poster though to say he climbed Big Ben, but I can't quite remember.
The poster looks 1,000 times better than that.
I know it's like it's really cheap, but it's one of those ones where it's cheap because it's really charming because they don't have the money, but the parts and actors are way too good for this film to actually be in it, and they elevate it. Plus, just the lead character is such a creep. He's a stalker. He is the most perverse stalker you'd ever see in a film.
Oh,
and he's a killer monkey who then grew into a Kong level size and attacks London. I mean, it's everything.
He actually had a comic, but they made comic books of it after, apparently.
Yeah, no, it's a cult movie. It's one of those cult movies that was like beloved by a certain kind of audience member. So, because I like those horror movies from Britain from the 60s and 70s, of course I would know about this one.
Wow, man. Like, yeah. Wow. I feel sorry for whoever was in that suit, to be honest, but how did you come across that?
I'm a Hammer fan. I'm a Hammer 60s, 70s.
Purely just through, yeah.
Yeah, I like that genre. So I watched even the really weird ones in that genre. And this one was hard to find for a while, but it's finally getting released. Things, so it is just bizarre.
I wonder what the budget on that was.
20 pence.
£20. That's generous.
20 pence.
20 pence. Oh, God.
Probably. That's what it looks like.
That wouldn't shock me. Absolutely not. What we got? Dimitri says, not sure if anyone's with me, but I find Gareth Edwards' rendition of Godzilla as one of the best post 9/11 depictions of sheer terror of the unknown that destroys something you love.
I like that, yeah. I mean,
most critics agree. Got really good critic and a lot of fans. There's a lot of fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the defender of that film here. I really love that film, but I can tell that's one of those films you can tell why people hate it. You just know why people hate it instantly. But it's just like one of those ones that's like, oh, there we go.
I gotta say, I really like Gareth Edwards' Monsters, though. That was impressive. Very impressive.
Didn't the special effects were done on a home computer?
Yeah, he did it all himself, yeah.
So cool.
Yeah.
And it cost him like £50,000 to do the whole VFX for it, and it just looks like a proper like Hollywood budget, you know.
Plus, the story was quite good in that one as well, though.
Yeah,
it was quite
exactly.
an interesting situation.
I think it's just indie directors going into studio system too fast, though, isn't it?
Yeah, because I think he's going back to do indie stuff now. Because I think he kind of got streamroller through the big budget films. And I don't think he was doing stuff he wanted.
Yeah, between Disney and Godzilla, yeah, two major franchises. You know, Godzilla and Star Wars, major franchises.
Yeah.
Oh, did you do a Star Wars film?
Yeah, he did Rogue One.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they're both two really dark franchise movies. I mean, they're quite dark.
True, yeah.
I mean, it was. I don't think you quite gels with the studios, really.
Maybe, yeah. That's the problem, isn't it? Carl says, yes, Dimitri. I thought Gareth Evans' Godzilla was done really well. Premium Blu-ray says, Dimitri. Hadn't thought of it, but to be honest, it's one of my favorite Godzillas, so I will bear that in mind when I rewatch it. Then Dimitri says, Gamera 2 sounds sick. Thanks for the recommendation, Huss. And People's Movies is here. Welcome. Evening, Peter. How are you? And what else have we got? Dimitri again. I accidentally confused Peter's Conga with the 95 Congo.
Congo's wonderfully bad. Congo's astonishing.
That's about a gorilla that talks, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazingly. It's when Tim Curry being way over the top is not the craziest part of a film, then you're in trouble.
I remember just staring at Laura Linney the whole time, actually, myself.
Yeah, having her with a laser gun was pretty something. It's based on a book that wasn't insane, and the film came out. It's like, did he even read the book? Like, what happened?
Then Paul says Rogue One, best of the newest Star Wars. He says, I don't know how to feel about any of them, but that's just my opinion. Exactly. Right, Eric, what have you got next?
All right. Well, I'm gonna have to think of two alternates, but I'll just do my third selection now that I had already had pre-planned. I'm Okay, I'm going to continue with the cheese, guys. I'm going to continue with the cheese, baby. We got Space Amoeba, 1970, also known as Yog, Monster from Space. And this one, you basically have like parasitic life forms, and they infiltrate different animals and grow them into kaiju, of course. So you get, and they go to a tropical island and terrorize people, and they crush their straw huts, their grass huts. So you got a giant turtle, you have a crab, and then you have a squid. All right. And my favorite one is the squid, because the squid gets out of the ocean and starts walking on land with its tentacles, which makes no biological sense whatsoever, which makes it so great. You have these three monsters, and they're interacting with these villagers that are on this little tropical island. They're trying to fight them off. I like that you get three monsters here that are kind of atypical. Anytime you put new monsters in to a kaiju film, it gets brownie points for me, especially if they're this stupid. So and the suits look real rubbery. It's just great cheese. There is a finale. Like, you're wondering like how things are going to go down at the end. And there's a finale involving bats in a volcano. And again, just like the Mighty Peking Man, I'm just like on the floor laughing when I watch this movie all the time. And it was directed by Ishiro Honda, by the way. So yeah, if you want a double header with the Mighty Peking Man, throw it on with Space Amoeba.
That, yeah.
That is one I've never seen.
Oh, it's good cheese.
Oh, it's actually available on Prime for free.
Oh man, you could do a double header with them. Oh, dude, get some booze.
Yeah, Mighty Peking Man must be on Prime as well.
Yeah, it's on Prime as well.
Yeah, do both of them.
Oh,
and Conga.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, I've added that one to my Prime to watch. That's handy.
Just look out for that evening on Dimitri's letterbox. But he's got both those movies on there.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking hell, man. Yeah, I've like seen stills of that loads of times, but never actually gone down to watch it. But
you're getting off easy tonight, Dion. It's only going to cost you like $6 to watch these movies. Usually you're like, man, I got to spend $100 to watch all these movies.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
God, I couldn't spend anyway after that one car race. So.
Yeah, I'm pretty skinny as well. I was going to add that to my watch list on Prime. I saw it was actually on my watch list already.
God.
So I don't know where I heard of it before, but it was on my watch list.
Yeah, oddly enough, I feel like it's come across me a few times, but I just haven't really gone to it. But yeah, it does sound extra cheese. I like that. Sometimes you just got to unwind with that kind of stuff. But yeah, I like it. But yeah, anybody in the comments? Nothing. Okay, right. So my choice, and this is a movie I only saw last year, and I saw this at Fantasia Film Festival.
I know what it is.
Yeah, you know what it is. It's called Monster Seafood Wars, and this movie was just absolutely fucking random as shit. So basically, I just to give you a bit of a background to this, okay? So Eiji Tsuchibuya, who played Godzilla in the original Godzilla film, actually came up with the idea of this film in the 60s. And nobody wanted to make it. But basically, it's about a guy who drops his sushi into the river, and there's toxic waste in the river. So these giant kaijus, which is a squid, an octopus, and a crab monster, just start raising havoc over a city. And basically, after this, a team has to be formed to destroy them. And they're called SMAT, the Seafood Monster Attack Team. And they take like different routes to try and kill these giant seafood monsters. Honestly, it is absolutely random as shit. But I really enjoyed it quite a bit. It was just like, to see something in 2020 to be released like that just kind of takes you back to that time of like random kaiju movies. But I think it's actually meant to be coming out in America quite soon.
Okay.
The Blu-ray gets released, I think, end of next month from SRS. I think they're based in New York. SRS. They're a small little independent label. I pre-ordered it.
They did the Howl of the Fog movie or whatever too?
Yeah.
I think that's the same company, maybe.
Yeah.
I gotta get that. That's on my list.
Yeah, it's totally worth it. Genuinely worth it watching.
Yeah,
for that.
I pre-ordered it straight away because I saw the trailer of it and I saw that giant robotic chef. It's just.
Oh, you should have said that.
Oh, but it's in the trailer, and it
true. It wasn't in the first. It wasn't in the first trailer that came out. That was a recent one. And I was like,
yeah, and it just looked so crazy that I thought,
yeah. It's really worth a watch, though.
Good choice.
So please watch it if you haven't. Totally worth it. Anybody in the comments? Nothing. Comments are quiet. Huss, what have you got next?
Oh, now Eric just mentioned it. It's Howl from Beyond the Fog.
Ah.
Was that on your list?
No, but it definitely could have been.
Yeah. Now this is so different from any kaiju film I've ever seen. Firstly, it's all made with like puppets. So like there's like, and it's set in like 1908 or 1905. So it's a period piece, and you have this blind girl who communicates with this monster that is wreaking havoc on these property developers. It's quite short. I think it's just around about an hour long, or something, or maybe less. And it's absolutely beautiful. It's almost like an art piece. The music is really, really cool. The monsters, it just looks so cool. It's just really well paced, and yeah, brilliant movie. I've seen it. I got the Blu-ray beginning of the year, and I've seen it twice already, just because it's just such a beautiful film. Yeah, I don't think Pete and Dion have seen it, but
no. But wow,
yeah,
it looks impressive.
It's almost more of like a drama to it.
Yeah.
Only 35 minutes, it says.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Did you say there's a Blu-ray? Oh, yeah, there is in America. Oh, well.
From the same label.
Yeah, if you want a very unique film, definitely that's one to put on a list.
Okay. I will add that one to your list. I find it hard to find those types of movies a lot. I think they're more difficult to track down these days to find different types of giant monster movies that are generally interesting, I think, as well. But yeah, that looks quite good. Very interesting. Dustin says, I have Howl from the Beyond the Fog,
nice.
but have to watch it, he says. Maybe he's inspired now from us.
Dustin always has really cool. Whenever he puts up his the Blu-rays he picks up on Facebook, they're always such great titles. I mean,
he's got taste.
Really good taste in films.
Right then, Peter, what have we got next?
Right. Look at my list. It's a vague list of different things. I'll go for something normal this time after the last two. Because I don't think I can really top that. I'll go for the American one. I'm going for Pacific Rim.
Nice.
Because
for what?
It's my favourite Pacific Rim.
Oh, Pacific Rim.
It's the one American Kaiju I watch once a year. I just really enjoy it. It's made with love. It's obviously the love Kaiju movies. It's also got a giant robots fighting Kaiju, which is always great. And it's a plot that takes about 10 minutes to explain or to do. The rest of the time just fighting each other. I mean, the plot's so simple. And I think all the actors know what film they're in. They know they're in a melodrama, and it's like just overact a little bit. Doesn't matter. But all that, they don't get in the way, really, and you just get some really cool action, and the atmosphere's terrific, and it's just fun. I mean, there's no real depth to it. It's just one of those films that are just perfectly fun films. I mean, Idris Elba's great in it as the kind of guy in charge. I like the female lead as well. She's really good. But it's just giant robots fighting Kaiju. And I just all the imagination, all the detail really works. And it's just one of the best version of America doing a Kaiju movie. Because it's made by someone who understands what they are. Not just what they can be, but also the genre films. You have to have some genre mechanics to them as well, but you don't have to go over the top with it. So I think it's the best example, which is funny because I think Pacific Rim 2 is the worst example of any Kaiju movie ever. It's like,
wow.
Yeah.
It's
like the two extreme examples. Like, one did it perfectly, one did it everything wrong. It was like... So I thought it would be good to bring up like one American movie that actually did it right. I mean, it's not the Kaiju movie. There's a lot of the ones we've mentioned already are better Kaiju movies, but this is a good one. This is a really good, solid American one that you could watch and have a lot of fun with.
I think that's the weird thing about that one is that Del Toro, it all just comes down to Del Toro and his kind of like the way he builds creatures, and he's just so well knowledgeable in like these types of films anyway. But I really love the design of everything in that film. And it's kind of, it would have been interesting to see if he actually would have made the second one, how it would have actually turned out. But it's just epically good. Like I love the monsters in all of it. It's just amazing.
Yeah, it's also quite good because it's inspired by Ghidorah as well as Godzilla. It's not just Godzilla. Yeah. So there's different monsters.
Yeah.
I felt bad for Charlie Hunnam because it's almost like they told him, "You cannot be interesting. Don't be interesting. You're playing the lead. Do not do anything. Just stare." That's it.
God. Isn't what's the name of the guy from Always Sunny in Philadelphia? Charlie Day. Like, he's just so fucking weird in that movie.
Yeah, I know. But that's the thing. It's like they have the lead man. You be the straight man. Everyone else can go and do the weird stuff. And that's it. And it's like because it was almost like it's almost like
oh god,
yeah. So they made the straight man straight, and everyone else got to be weird. That works.
Oddly enough, that's the thing about that as well. It's just like I think the actual human narrative obviously is the main point of it, but like it's actually well done, isn't it? It's not just slapped together and then they just chuck all the fights in the middle of it. It's actually well paced out in that way.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, the main story is not the main character. He's probably the least story. It's the Idris Elba character and his adopted daughter and stuff like that. They're more developed characters around about the main story, really. But it works perfectly fine because it's like everyone knows what they're doing. And in that whole sequence now, in the middle, when she's a flashback to when she's a kid, it's so well done when she's scared of the Kaiju. That kind of stuff is the kind of grace notes you don't really get in other American versions of this kind of story.
I'm surprised that turned up, to be honest, on anybody's list, but I don't know why. Even though it's a solid film, but
I like Rinko Kikuchi, that actress.
Yeah, she's really good in it.
Didn't she go? She was in the second one too, right?
For 10 minutes.
Yeah.
10 minutes, yeah.
They killed her off in the most brutal way possible, and it's like, don't bring her back if you're not going to do something with her.
Probably it's just like contract.
Who was it that played Idris Elba's son in the second one?
John Boyega.
John Boyega. Even the CGI in the second one is just bad.
Yeah, it was.
No attention to detail. It's just like, let's make this movie and check it out. But it's the same with Godzilla vs. Kong, you know, like it was kind of weird how quiet that production was, but it turned over so fast. You know, it's because that film was actually meant to come out last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, and then when you think about it, was The King of the Monsters was 2019, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Godzilla vs. Kong was made basically straight after King of the Monsters came out. That's.
It was almost like back to back. It was almost like one was starting and the other one was finishing. So it was like there's no chance to really course correct if made mistakes. It was like, well, we're very committed. Yeah,
it's always the problem, I think. So I don't know. People's movies. My mate's mum has forgotten her glasses, and she had rented Pacific Rim. Him and his parents sat down to watch it, only to realize she rented a porno Pacific Rimming. Redundance. Good banter, Paul. I don't know if it's true. Probably it's not true, but but at the same time, you know, anything can happen in Scotland. So.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right then, Eric, what wonderful film have you got next for us?
All right. Well, I'm in my alternates now, so I'm going to pick one here. Probably could have been on my list. It's from Hitoshi Matsumoto, the director of R100. And this movie is called Big Man Japan from 2007. It's basically a comedy. It's almost documentary style. You got this dude in Japan. It's kind of like a middle-aged dude. And he periodically transforms into a giant, almost kind of like Ultraman defender. And he fights like various monsters. But the people don't really appreciate him and what he's doing for him. So it's almost like deadpan humor interviews of this guy just pissing him on about how much his life sucks. And then him turning into a giant like Ultraman type dude to fight the monsters. And I like the comedy in it. Matsumoto's his films are very odd, but I like his sense of humor. Very weird and imaginative filmmaker, and that comes through here. I did notice there's some things you just got to roll with. Like during some of the monster fights, you don't see like people anywhere on the street, which is kind of odd. But you know, whatever. It's a comedy. It's played for laughs. But I thought it was a pretty fun kaiju film that's going to be a bit different from most of the other ones out there. So I'll recommend that one.
Yeah, like the images are crazy. Like there's like a squid octopus thing with a human face. Like what the hell? This is amazing.
Like I was looking for it on Blu-ray a few years back, but I don't think there is a Blu-ray of it. I know there's a DVD. Yeah. I've only seen it once, and it's brilliant.
Somebody needs to release a box set of this guy, because he only made like 4 or 5 movies. Just release a freaking Blu-ray box set with all of them with subtitles, but they're tough to find. A lot of them.
Shit. Wow. You kind of the hair even is just and this one-eyed monster thing that looks like a giant nutsack. Like, what the? Oh my god! He has hands that hold his eye. Oh my god! This is amazing. Holy shit! I'm so glad you turned up tonight, Eric.
Dion's gonna have a long weekend with some of these.
Honestly, after the last few weeks of film festivals and watching a lot of serious stuff, like I think I need this. So thank you for your
You should really get into his movies. Like try and get like R100 somehow, or be able to see it.
I'm trying to find that there's a triple pack of R100 with
I think it's got Tag in it or something.
I think it's got it's got
World of Kaneko.
Kaneko. It's got Kaneko and Why Don't You Play in Hell. So, but it's really difficult to find that triple pack. I'm keeping tabs on it. But, after you got your row from YouTube with your R100 thumbnail.
Yeah, I got banned from Facebook for.
Oh, Facebook,
yeah, for 2 days for having a thumbnail from R100 that I had to change the thumb because I posted it. I go check out my video. I've just put it up because of the thumbnail. It's the main character with a gag ball in his mouth.
Yeah.
And the mask, like with the Cookie Monster eyes, and that got me kicked off Facebook for a day.
My goodness.
I know. What a bunch of snowflakes.
Yeah. Bunch of wimps. Maybe they should try it sometime. They might like it.
Yeah.
Instead of being offended by it, right?
Maybe they secretly like it. They just repress themselves.
It could help relax them, really. You'd be a subservient for a while. It might be good for a hobby.
Yeah.
Oh god. What's the Matsumoto movie called Symbol? How's that?
Oh, that one's really good.
Is it?
Yeah. It's a dude trapped in a room, and he's got to try to get out. And then there's a different storyline that seems, it's like, I won't even tell you in case you end up watching. That one's nutty, but it's fun.
Oh, man. Why? Is there a Blu-ray of that one? Oh, no.
I don't think so.
I will track these down.
Yeah.
He seems like my kind of guy. There's a Japanese Blu-ray of it, so obviously. Motherfuckers, I need to learn Japanese. Anyway.
I've just seen the picture that not the picture you put up, just the picture that he's referring to. It's like, oh yes.
Good. I didn't know that. He was the narrator of Violence Voyager. Matsumoto.
Oh.
Yeah. Have you seen that, Eric?
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
I've got them, but I haven't watched them yet.
I'll check them out. It's very different.
Yeah.
Now, Matsumoto hasn't directed a film since 2013, which kind of disappoints me.
Yeah.
R100's available to Prime for an HD for £10.
Is it?
Yeah.
What, to buy?
To buy, yeah. You can rent it for $4.49.
Be better off buying it, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Definitely need to check it out. It's been on the list. I've actually watched a lot more East Asian movies this week because I've had nothing else to watch. So it's been great.
He's getting into Toyota stuff.
Oh.
And 6 Toyotas now. I watched
nice.
what the hell did I just watch today?
Day of Destruction.
Day of Destruction. Loved it. It's crazy. I loved a lot. Like, I wish I watched it like with speakers, like loud speakers, because it's such an angry movie. I loved it. Then,
that was my favorite film of last year.
I can see why.
Yeah.
But and then I watched Anne Qui's Boat People today as well, which is absolutely amazing. Dimitri. Oh, wait a minute, sorry. People's Movies. I watched Giant Man on YouTube a few years ago. Enjoyed that batshit craziness. It's not on YouTube. I'm gutted. Dimitri, I'm prima banned on Facebook because I deleted my account and now Zuck's Lizard People detect both my IP and face features from my photo. I mean, just put like a banana or a sheep as your profile picture. See what happens.
I found Big Man Japan for £8.
DVD,
yep.
Not bad. I need to investigate all this later. People's Movies. I got banned from Facebook because I used Cemetery Man Shameless Entertainment DVD cover as a thumbnail.
What's the cover look like?
Well, Shameless does have nudity at times on their covers, but still, it's a cover of a DVD, for goodness sakes, or a Blu-ray. You know,
they don't allow you to put context behind any image.
No, you can't do that.
Oh.
Nah, never. Right, so
that's one I got to rewatch. I remember Cemetery Man being fun.
Okay, what's the...
Right, so it's me, right? Is it me?
He looks like he's buying something.
Yep. Is he?
Are you buying something, Pete?
Yeah, I just bought Big Man Japan.
Nice.
Treat yourself.
Where'd you get it from? Amazon?
Yeah, from Amazon. Yep, I got it for £6 So something was £7 plus postage from DVD.
That's quite good.
Yeah. So I've got that, and I've got the Peaching Man thing as well. So that's
So there's an amazing price difference on the Big Man Japan. So if you want to buy it brand new, it costs you £20. But if you want to buy it used, £6. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I also check my bank balance before you start any streams because I know I'm going to buy something.
Oh, yeah. God. It's crazy. Right. Is it me? I think it's me.
Yes.
Yeah, it's me. Right. Okay. I'm kind of going safe-ish on this one, but Mothra from 61.
Oh, okay.
I don't ask me why, but I watched it again last year when that Masters of the Cinema set came out, and I forgot how much fun I had with that movie. I don't know. It's about the twins have always freaked me out anyway.
Tiny girls.
But yeah, but did you guys ever watch the South Park episode with Mecha Streisand? and then the Cure turn up, and then there's like a massive kaiju battle in South Park. It's an absolutely bonkers episode, but that's the first time I ever heard about like the twins and like any of like a lot of these like kaiju monsters anyway. But yeah, I don't know why. I just have a bit of a soft spot for it, and I really enjoy that restoration that just came out. And also, I just kind of like the OTT kind of plot line to it as well. But yeah, OG Mothra was just, I don't know, I just quite like it. It's just one of those I can easily rewatch continuously. So yeah, very concise today, very quick.
Good choice.
Yeah, I've got two different versions of that. I've got the new one you just referred to, but I've also got the Steelbook from America as well. So I have two different copies, and they're pretty much the same extras. I just like the covers of both of them, and it's like I couldn't
the
really...
American one got like a lot of red on there.
Yeah.
So
I double dipped in that one because that lovely. Yeah.
Ooh, Dimitri has a question. It's an interesting question. Friends, both on stream and in chat, please help me figure this out. Could Deep Rising from 1998 be considered a kaiju movie?
It's dark enough to be one.
I don't know. It's been a while since I watched it.
It's more like an alien ripoff than a kaiju, really. But who can tell? Yeah.
Okay. Also, Crank High Voltage as a kaiju scene for banter.
Yeah. Or Tremors. Is Tremors a kaiju movie?
I would say so.
Yeah.
It's about the same size as Host, isn't it?
Yeah.
Would Dune be a kaiju film if those sandworms show up?
Well, David Lynch one definitely. It's weird enough.
That's how that David Lynch one is actually getting a 4K release by Arrow this year.
Oh, cool.
Fucking hell.
I really like the visuals in that film.
I know it's just weird, but there's some wonderful stuff in there.
It's more of a trip. It's more of a a trip than anything else. But
I saw that when I was a teenager, and I've never quite got over it. It's one of those ones that's stuck in my head. It's like even though, no matter how flawed you know the film is, there's something lovable about it.
Yeah, it's just like Sting scenes always just like dip a bit of homoeroticism into the film as well, doesn't it?
Well,
so,
every blockbuster needs that.
What Sting being like oiled
Not
up?
just homoeroticism generally, just the. I mean, look at any 80s action movie. There's plenty of it.
Top Gun, motherfucker.
Yeah.
The manliest of man movies.
Yeah.
But,
Lethal Weapon, come on. There's something going on there. They really love each other.
Shit. Yeah.
The fact that Mel Gibson's notoriously homophobic, allegedly, makes it even better.
Crazy. My God. Right then, Huss, this is your last one, right?
Yeah.
Go for it.
All right. I'm going back to Godzilla. I'm going for Godzilla versus Ghidorah. The smog monster.
Bastard. That was my last one.
Like
Really?
goes through different like evolutions as a starts off as a tadpole and then goes into like this blob. But like Ghidorah can fly, and when it like flies over people, it like turns like metal into rust and corrodes people's faces and people die. He's actually quite scary, like, and it's just like he feeds off pollution as well. So like if there's any, he goes up to an exhaust like into like a massive chimney from a factory and starts like it's a massive straw of cocaine going up his nose, and he's just getting stronger and stronger from it, and just an amazing bad guy, and he's just and he takes so many different forms. He's probably the most underrated Godzilla bad guy, I think.
I agree.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. You guys seen it? Other than Eric?
Yeah, I love that one. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
It's just so psychedelic and so weird. And
yeah. Because there's
wonderful.
Yeah, there's a club scene where this guy gets so drunk and then he starts looking around and everyone's got have like turned into fish. Like their heads are all fish. And they're still like dancing with human bodies but with fish for heads. It's just mad. And there's this really cool scene where Ghidorah goes I think he's like he goes down some stairs of a club, but it just looks so cool because like there's like mud and everything, but it also looks the effects are look really cool there. Yeah, great movie. Really, a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Small
Do
monsters.
not watch it in drugs. Do not watch it in drugs because that's all the job for you without drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, Smog Monster's tough to take down too. He has to keep fighting and fighting.
Yeah, because there's 1 minute you think he's dead, and he takes out these like 2 orbs and just destroys them, and then he just gets back up and starts flying around.
Yeah,
and Godzilla starts flying. He like grabs his legs and starts like using his beam as like a propeller.
yeah,
And you see him fly. It's bonkers, but it's so cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's almost every scene you can just start quoting about. Oh, this happens in this film, and that happened. You're like, really, what?
Yeah. This is all from one film, like fish people, and like a flying smog monster.
Yeah.
There was a post, just on Google now of it, and I think it kind of like epitomizes the psychedelicness that Peter just explained as well. So it's been ages since I saw that one though. I've always wanted like a figure of the smog monster.
Yeah.
I've never found one.
Yeah, I thought Eric was going to choose that one because I took the giant monsters. I thought I'll leave that one to him. But until we got to the last one, I thought, I'm going for that one. Then just took it.
I was still deciding. It was between that and one other one. So if you take the other one, I'm just gonna walk off. We'll see.
Amazing, absolutely amazing. What we got? Ghidorah. Biffa the Hobbit is here. Hello, welcome. Then he thanks Eric for Black Hole Thin Ice, to which Eric has responded. Dustin said Ghidorah is great, definitely an underappreciated entry. What actually then, we talk about underappreciated then. What is the Smog Monster then? What is the most underappreciated of the villains in these movies for everybody?
The giant crab is pretty good. And,
which one was that? Yeah.
That was a really solid little mid-entry movie.
You know what? Gigan is actually kind of tough. I like Gigan with the saw on his chest.
Yeah.
I like him.
I was a Titanosaurus. Is it Titanosaurus?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for a dinosaur anyway, because it's a mutant dinosaur.
Yeah.
He was always cool for me.
Virus, another one. It's like an octopus.
Mm.
But what's the monster with a sword for a face? Or
That's
it
in
looks like
Gamera. I think it's Barugon
Yeah.
instead of
Yeah.
Baragon.
Yeah.
I could be wrong on that, but
Yeah. That was one of my favorite the Gamera films. That one, because it was a stupid plot, but I just loved the monsters. It was much fun.
yeah, he would just like chop other monsters with his head.
Yeah.
I know it was set in space, and it was just nuts, but it was just great because it was like, who thought of this? It's wonderful.
Dustin says Ghidorah's in the new Godzilla anime also. Ooh.
Better do him justice, because they threw him under the bus in Final Wars, man. I was not happy. Smugmaster showed up for like 5 seconds in that movie.
Has anybody actually watched the new Godzilla anime? Or?
The movies?
Is it out yet? Oh, you mean the trilogy thing?
Is that what Dustin's talking about, right?
No, there's a new anime thing coming out. That's,
coming out.
Yeah, but there was a trilogy of Godzilla anime movies from Netflix.
Yeah, I've seen them. Yeah,
they were piss poor. They were terrible.
Right. What?
Are Toho like rebooting the whole Godzilla series since Shin Godzilla? Because now they've got the rights back. Surely they're gonna. Now they've got him back. They're gonna have to make something.
Yeah.
With him.
Plus, Shin Godzilla made a lot of money, so they'll be ripe to make more.
Yeah.
Dustin says it's out next week. Interesting. Okay. Keep my eyes out for that one. Right, and Peter, what have you got next?
All right. We'll see if we destroy Eric here. I'm going to go for a Godzilla one. I'm going to go for Godzilla vs. Destroyer.
Okay. Good choice, though.
Yeah, it was 2 Godzilla movies I was trying to think of. I like them both the same, but Destroyer, because the death of Godzilla, I thought it would be a good one. Plus, it's a really good movie. It's really strong throughout. It builds slowly and logically. I like the idea that the creatures are caused by the weapon from the first movie, and that's nice. And it's just a really good monster. Plus, you get the Son of Godzilla turn into the next Godzilla. Plus, Godzilla's all red; he's going to blow up throughout the whole movie. It's just a really strong film, and it always just keeps building. You've got a sequence halfway through; it's kind of like Aliens. So it just keeps on jumping around and doing its own thing, and it's just great. I mean, it's a wonderful Godzilla movie done. It's serious enough to keep the plot going, but it's also got a sense of humor, which helps. It's just a really, really good Godzilla movie. When you can show it to people and say, "That's a good Godzilla movie." Really.
Yeah, I agree. I really like that Aliens-inspired sequence, too. It doesn't go on. You could compare it to the 98 Godzilla, which did a similar thing with the Velociraptors. Yeah. But the Destroyer sequence is better. It's shorter. It's more to the point. And it's just better shot. Kind of horrific. I liked it.
Yeah, because just as you're maybe getting a bit bored, but it moves on to the next thing, and you're away from it. It doesn't stick to it for too long, which has really helped. The Godzilla 98 one, you're bored to tears throughout. It's like, oh, something happened. I know they're getting chased, but something interesting happened. Is that Dion going to be discussed because we chose my last choice?
I think he's switching to another thing.
Yeah, I've been spending way too much money on movies lately, dude. It's bad. Because I was so busy with like stuff, and now I want to like reward myself. And that's bad mentality.
Yeah,
I went to DDD House the other day, and I got the Chinese Ghost Story trilogy Blu-ray set.
Is that the upscale? Is that a new remaster?
All I know is that it's supposed to be a good Blu-ray set. I'm not sure if it's like an ultra one or what. I usually don't pay attention to that stuff, but I just wanted to upgrade them to Blu-ray.
Yeah, I've got that. I've got the Korean version of it, and I went to BAFTA for this talk with Tony Ching, and he was talking about how he directs action. Because other than being a director, he also does choreography. He did the choreography for I think Hero and I think most of Zhang Yimou's action films, and he signed that for me, and he's such a cool guy. Yeah, a little bit anti-Semitic, but he's all right. He started going into like how he blames Jews for why American cinema is not great, and then he blames China for why Hong Kong cinema is not great anymore.
Well, he's probably partially right about that one, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
The hell? Sorry, what were you talking about while I was gone?
Just random stuff.
Tony Ching. He directed the Chinese Ghost Story, and he directed he was involved in directing the first Swordsman film. He's a stunt choreographer. He did it for Hero. He done the stunt choreography and the martial arts scenes. Directed those scenes for Hero and a few other movies. Yeah, really big guy in Hong Kong cinema. And he signed my copy, but he was like talking about what's wrong with American cinema and what's wrong with Hong Kong cinema nowadays.
What's wrong with all cinema?
Yeah.
You know.
But he seems to blame the Jews and the Chinese.
Yeah.
God. Right, what have we got here? Premium Blu-ray says, I need to add another genre to my watch list algorithm. I'm sold on this stuff. You should be.
Oh, it's
join.
good stuff.
He'll be buying that Godzilla Criterion set after he finishes tonight.
And he'll get the Gamera arrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Moneybags. Rumor is he's a porn star.
Well, yeah. Yeah, do what you gotta do.
He's a harem. People's Movie says, I bought Train to Busan 2 digitally for £3. 30 minutes later, it went for free on Prime Video. Well, let's be it. You know, nobody really wants to pay for that fucking, piece of shit. But
me and Huss gave it pass grades, didn't you? Did you give it a pass grade? I did too, but
I just thought it was, it is what it is. I mean, after Psychokinesis, I had really low expectations.
Good point. Yeah,
and then
I think that was
it wasn't as bad as Psychokinesis.
No, that's true. But I think the more I think about it, I'm just like, I really like the when they were in that fake prison thing and then they had to fight whatever that game show kind of thing was. I thought that was a really great idea, but maybe they should have stuck more with that idea, that concept. But I don't know. It's been a while since I watched it, and
it does have its flaws, though. I'll give you that much.
Yeah.
But I think that was a weird thing. Sorry,
I think the majority of the audience that saw it, that gave it negative reviews, didn't see Psychokinesis.
I would agree with that.
And they're all expecting it to be like the first one. Oh,
right.
Train to Busan is such a good movie.
Right.
The second one has to be just as good. No.
I think the weird thing about that director, I think there was too much expectation after Train to Busan because people thought this guy is going to be the next big director from South Korea, and then the shit got shoveled out. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Well, Dimitri, I recently discovered a subgenre that's called Scott Adkins cinema, and I'm eager to experience more.
I like Scotty Atkins.
Since lockdown, he's got his own YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, really good.
He's done some good interviews.
Yeah, people always like in the UK, they always slag him off. Oh, Scott Adkins, Marshall, but he's so likable, and he's a really nice guy, and you can see why he's always cast in films like in Hong Kong, because he's just a great martial artist, and he's just I guess he's easy to work with, and I think people he seems like just a very very down to earth guy, and I respect him for that. I mean, he's done some decent movies. I mean, there's those sort of actors that always have been around, and he's one of them.
Yeah, Avengement was pretty solid in particular.
Yeah.
And
he has to be fun.
He has to be likable for all these guys to show up on his YouTube channel and do interviews with him. The one with Cynthia Rothrock was one of my favorites. That was a good one.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
I mean, that's the thing. Is like, there's loads of movies, but there's also a lot of good mid-level, good pulpy B movies that I really enjoy to watch. I mean, it does. His batting average is actually quite good for a direct-to-video star.
Yeah.
You can always spot the dodgy ones.
Yeah. Have you seen the new Ip Man? Ip Man 4.
Yeah, I liked it. I like the Ip Man sequels for some reason. I know a lot of people are kind of divisive, I guess, but I don't really ask for much. Just give me some good action and a good pace.
Yeah.
Dimitri says Universal Soldier: Day of Reckoning is one of the best action films of the past decade.
Yeah, it's really good. It really is good. But you have to see it in 3D really to appreciate it. Ask him, Dimitri, have you seen it in 3D? Because if you haven't really seen it.
Is it really that good in 3D?
No, I'm just trying to wind him up.
I was gonna say.
It's fine. It's passable. That didn't make it in 3D, but I don't really care that much.
All right. So who's next now? Is it Eric? Eric, what is your final choice?
This is. There's been a double header. I'll do Godzilla since I only did one of those. There's been a double header of films. Like I like doing Godzilla double and triple header evenings, and one of my favorites now is a Return of Godzilla and Godzilla versus Biollante double feature. At nighttime, I turn the lights out and I get like some LED lights or something because those are they have their very own distinct style from the 80s because they're the only two Godzilla films made during that decade. So my official selection is going to be Godzilla versus Biollante, which is the second of that double feature. And this is the one where you got a giant rose plant with like the spirit of a girl in it. And it morphs almost like Smog Monster style into something else later that's more vicious. I just like the aesthetic of the 80s Godzilla films. It's just got the 80s nighttime, like dark vibe going on with it. This is the one where you have quite a bit of action in it, which is very nice. The Heisei films kind of up that even more compared to the Showa era. And I just remember again, a very unique kaiju monster thrown in always gets brownie points for me. So it's a combination of that and the aesthetic. And I think this is the one that had the Hitman in it too. You got this Hitman dude running around, and people are trying to steal Biollante's genetic samples. So they can market it or do their own research and build biological warfare and all that type of stuff. So it's got some pretty interesting stuff going on here. So that would be my choice.
Yeah. Biolante, he's a terrifying dude. Oh, I really need to rewatch this. I think I've got it on Blu-ray, the US Blu-ray of this. Because I started picking them up ages ago. And just because they were all on eBay so cheap, and I just picked up the lot. Oh, yeah.
This is still one that is very difficult, or it's like a separate purchase you have to make. I don't think it's in any box sets.
No, it's not, no.
Yeah, Biolante is a hard one to find. Yeah. It's one I don't have in Blu-ray.
Yeah,
it's the only one really I don't have.
Come on, Criterion, get the Heisei freaking era.
Yeah.
Even if they just stopped at Heisei, I'd be fine. Gotta get those.
Surely they have to continue it though. Like,
I would hope.
Well, Heisei and the Millennium, they almost make up the same amount as the other one, don't they? Really, so they could do that as a second box set. Those two, but they could skip Godzilla 2000. I'd be fine.
After that, yeah.
oh god, I had a VHS of that one years ago. It was
The English dub makes a difference. I was able to track down the Japanese original track. I think I have a bootleg of it actually, and it's better with the original Japanese for sure. The English dub really it's rough.
Dustin says he has a Japanese blue of the Biolante because the US Blu-ray is stupid expensive.
So silly that these are all out of print and just going for stupid money.
It would make. I think this is a weird thing about them all. It's just like you would think that these companies would release them just because they will make money, but that's what. This is just why I don't get at all. There's clearly a market for it.
Yeah,
I don't know. Right.
I have a question for you though. Would you sacrifice your Wong Kar-wai box set for Godzilla? The rest?
Yes.
There's more entertainment value in the Godzillas, I think.
Although like I said, I haven't watched most of Wong Kar-wai's films in like 10 plus years, so I'm actually really looking forward to watching them again.
What's the one you're most looking forward to watching?
I don't know. Probably Fallen Angels because it's the one. It's like in my top 3, but it's still my memory of that one's hazy.
Mine's Happy Together.
What disc is the Hand on, by the way?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
I did watch that on.
Is that from Eros?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got the actual film. There was Soderbergh was him, and there was Antonioni. So I've got that actual disc from DVD.
And be interesting to see like if they ever do a full set of Wong Kar-wai, but I'm assuming it's just licensing. I think Blueberry Nights is the problem, and obviously Grandmaster with
I'd love to see Blueberry
Weinstein. I know you would. Do
you know, I've only got one cut of Grandmaster, and that's the full cut. The Chinese. I've got the Chinese Blu-ray of it. The Steelbook. Yeah.
Bastard.
I think they only made 100 of those.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Not that he's shown off or anything.
Yeah, but it's silly. I don't understand why anyone would just release 100 copies of something.
Yeah.
I mean,
dude, I pre-ordered Anatomia Extinction from that Error 4444 website. That's their first title they're releasing. And there's this old, mid-90s Japanese horror film from the director of Tokyo Gore Police. And I'm like, huh?
I pre-ordered it.
Oh, well, good, because it's already halfway sold out in like a day.
I know.
Crazy.
I'm like, this is like
first release. Yeah.
It's like the most obscure like Japanese horror film you could ever bring up to anybody.
Yeah. Did you get it, Eric?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's mad, isn't it? But I guess
is it as like entertaining as Tokyo Gore Police?
I didn't think so, no. But I still liked it when I saw it back in the day.
Is that the earlier one he did?
It's almost like a lower budget kind of morphed version of Tokyo Gore Police, but it's not as polished, if you can believe that.
Yeah.
Tokyo Gore Police.
Tokyo Gore Police is enjoyably non-polished.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this one's real like low budget, and it's a shorter film. It's like
I have so much fun watching Tokyo Gore Police every time I put it on, and you got the crocodile legs
Yeah.
It's just crazy. It's so much fun. Oh, you got the girl with the gimp mask and the weird legs. It's so much fun.
Crazy.
I just see Meatball Machines out next month.
Oh,
yeah, that's
I'm losing track of all these.
Terracotta are releasing that.
Yeah, because I've pre-ordered it. It comes out the same day as the Eric's favorite Godzilla film.
Yeah.
In 4K.
Guy who owns that Terracotta distribution, he's such a cool guy. Joey Terracotta, that's his name. And he just, you can get out of print third window films from his website. Yeah.
Yeah, because Terracotta releasing, they did, what's that one, the Johnny Toe one, what do you call it again? Sparrow. Because I managed to get that last week for a few £. That was, it was really nice to get hold of it. Because I saw Eric's review of it, I was like, I really need to see this one. Because I'm into Johnny Toe at the moment, so.
I'm mad that I missed out on like the super awesome 3-disc version of that movie. They had like the soundtrack and everything, but it's like impossible to find now or something. I don't know.
People's Movie says he has a screener of Meatball. Has a screener of Meatball already. Joey follows me.
Yeah. He's a really nice guy. Have any of you guys have you seen the Godzilla vinyl soundtrack set? It's on Zavi for like 300 quid.
What?
What is it exactly?
Every single imagine all the Godzilla movies, but just the soundtrack on vinyl. It's released by what's that like boutique vinyl label, Wax something.
Oh, yeah, someone sent me a link to that. I mean, I've got the Godzilla ones, like the Heisei period and the Showa period. You get them all in one or two discs, really. So you get the highlights of each one. So you get the main stuff. So I've got those, but that's as far as I'm going to go.
Yeah, it looks beautiful though.
Yeah.
But when you pay that much money, will you be playing the vinyl?
I would have to be doing something else while listening to it. I wouldn't just want to sit there and listen to Godzilla soundtracks in a dark room.
I would get a Godzilla costume and just be like, maybe
like while editing a video or something, or uploading videos, put on a soundtrack.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no. It's just random. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so the fact that Drug War is $30 on Amazon is a tragedy. And then Dustin says, yes, Waxwork Records are releasing.
That's cool.
People's Movies then says Pacific Rimming soundtrack for £1 on Amazon. They're certainly milking it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Dustin's pre-ordered the Godzilla soundtrack.
Man.
He's a vinyl fiend.
That's cool.
Yeah, a lot of plug. I'm doing Drug War next week on my channel. So, a lot of plug.
There you go. Anyone else want to plug anything before we get to the last film?
I thought I'd bring it up as just natural. If someone was bringing it up. It's like,
since you mentioned it.
Yes.
You're getting into Johnny Toe at the moment as well.
Yeah, I'm really into stuff. So I've got and PTU's been announced for Master Cinema.
Yeah, I picked it up a few weeks ago on the Hong Kong Blu-ray.
Yeah,
it's
good. It's a good title.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Okay.
Yeah.
So my choice, right? And I mentioned this monster already, Kaiju. But it's the last film in the Showa era, allegedly, which I didn't know until the other day. So that's Terror of Mechagodzilla. So 1974. Honestly, the main reason I enjoy this is, again, Titanosaurus. As I mentioned, I love dinosaurs. Mutant dinosaurs, cool. And then I think it's just the combination of mutant dinosaur, Godzilla, and Mechagodzilla together was just everything I just loved about the genre. Well, whatever we call this genre. But yeah, I don't know. I just liked it. I don't even remember the plot of it that much, but I just enjoyed it quite a lot. And it's just, I think it's just one of those that I've rewatched a few times, and I just never get bored of it. That's why I put it on my list.
Yeah, the final fight in that one definitely ends the Showa era well.
Yeah. But that's the thing. I think Showa is my favorite, I think, personally. I don't know why. It just always has been. I don't know. What is your favorite period anyway, out of curiosity?
Heisei.
Heisei for you. Peter?
I don't really have one because I've got favorites in each era. And there's some in each era I don't like that much. So it's like...
Yeah,
I'm the same. It's between the Heisei and the Showa.
Yeah, probably.
It's just a mixture of both.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, it's just they're just. I mean, the Godzilla movies are just stand out for kaiju films. I just think they're just on. I love Gamera and Mothra, but Godzilla is just on another level.
That's why he's the king, right?
Yeah.
Not Kong.
Team Kong.
Great. I'm surprised you didn't have your Team Kong t-shirt on today, to be honest.
I can't remember getting it out. It's like, I thought about it earlier on, and then I forgot about it, and it was 5 minutes before we started. It's like, I'm not going to look for this thing.
The hell with this.
Yeah.
You'll never see it anyway. And,
God. Well, maybe we wanted a little bit of a show, you know? Bit of fan dancing or something with your Team Kong t-shirt on.
well, I've already used them in my videos. I mean, it's had its moment. You know.
Yeah, but you can have multiple moments. You're not going to wait.
I know, but I did it with Carol, and I don't want to ruin his moment in my podcast by prostituting the same T-shirt again on another one.
You're not going to wear it.
I couldn't bother.
You're not going to wear it when you watch Kong vs. Godzilla.
I'm not that sad, no.
I know. It always makes me laugh when you go to the movies and you always have people wearing like the T-shirt of something.
Yeah, but if you see behind me, I've got a poster. It's a Godzilla poster.
That would be irony.
I know.
I remember one time I went to watch an early screening of Force Awakens, and there was this there was these two dudes behind me. They were like, I don't know, in their 40s or 50s, and they both had Star Wars T-shirts on. And they went to the counter and they just said, "Guess what we're watching today?" In their little Star Wars T-shirts. You're going to see cats, aren't you? No. Yeah.
So I said Star Trek. Just done really annoying them.
It always makes me look like, yeah. I don't know.
I never do that. If I even looking forward to a film, I never do that.
Yeah, and they take their own Star Wars plastic cups to have them filled at the drinks dispenser.
Oh man, it's sad.
Yeah, when I saw Phantom Menace,
back
in the day, there was a few people that just got up in front of the frickin' stage or whatever in front of the screen and did a freaking lightsaber battle before the movie. I was what is going on? You were full of costumes and everything.
Oh man. Oh god.
Yes.
My Phantom Menace experience was a bit different. My dad had a hangover and he just recently divorced with my mum. So when we went to watch it, me and my sister sat there watching Star Wars, and my dad was just passed out sleeping because he was still hungover from the night before. Magical memories. We were throwing popcorn in his mouth to try and wake him up.
Yeah. Yeah, that film came out, it was like, there's so many people saying, it's going to be amazing, it's going to be amazing. No, it's not, because you're never going to recapture it. Someone in knowing, you're never going to recapture that. And we just watched and realised you can't recapture that. It was quite interesting. It was like, that's just life.
Yeah.
So what were everybody's other mentions that they didn't go for, or did we cover everything in the end?
I think we kind of covered most of them, but I mean, we did cover Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. No one chose it, but
I'm surprised.
That crazy plot, but it was brought up in one of them, and I think it was just like very kind of brought up. And from Ghidorah, there was Ghidorah the Brave, which had one of my background choices, because I quite like that one. Even though it's a kiddie film, it's still a nice little, well-made film for kids, but Ghidorah. But I actually really enjoyed most of the Ghidorah films, even the really weak ones, because they're just fun. And I've one called... sorry.
Oh, keep going.
I've one called The H-Man. Which I really liked. I never got into that one. It's almost a borderline. It's not quite a kaiju movie, but it's got a lot of the convention for kaiju movie, and it's like in the middle. But I thought, but I don't think it can really compete with Frankenstein Conquers the World. I was trying to choose between. I'm going to go with that one.
Oh man!
Yeah, I had two. Oh, keep going.
And I had Godzilla 2014, but I went with Pacific Rim. That's it.
Yeah, I had two of the Gamera films from the 90s, the other two on my alternate list, but I figured I'd stay away from that. The Swog Monster, King Ghidorah from 91, which has probably one of the most interesting stories of the whole franchise. That was close to getting on mine. Mothra versus Godzilla, the 64 film. And then the 92 version of Mothra and Godzilla were good. And then I was thinking about going one-upping Frankenstein Conquers the World with War of Gargantuas. But that was close on mine as well.
Yeah. I watched that this week too. That's a strange film.
That's a good one.
Us?
No, do you know what? All my backups got mentioned.
That's
and I didn't. I didn't put Ghidorah because I thought someone else would put him in.
That was my thought as well, but it never actually happened.
Yeah, I think everyone's been polite and waiting for someone else to see that one.
Yeah. Oh well. I only had the only one I didn't mention that otherwise everything was covered was Beast from 20,000 Fathoms.
Yeah.
It's a nice classic there. I remember watching that like years ago with my granddad, but always got fond memories of that one too. But yeah, that was the only one I didn't mention. Everything else was mentioned. Should have just gone Giant Monsters All Out Attack at the straight away.
Yeah. That SRS, they've got like loads of kaiju movies, and they've got one called Attack of the Giant Teacher. Have you seen that, Eric? It's a Japanese movie.
I'm scared of them a little bit because I think they got Reigo and Reiga films, which are two of the worst kaiju films I've ever seen in my life.
They're Korean, aren't they?
I think they're Japanese.
Are they Japanese?
I saw them ages ago because they came out in like 2008, I think. But definitely the Howl from Beyond the Fog or whatever definitely upped my confidence level in them.
Yeah.
Oh, I just found a DVD of the Giant Monsters All Out Attack because I have not watched it in ages. £7. Not bad.
Right, yeah.
I might be buying something then, I guess. Squeeze me for a moment. It's fine.
Yeah.
Well, what is okay then? So, what is the worst kaiju movie you have ever seen?
Gappa's pretty terrible.
Goppa?
Yeah. Look that freaking thing up.
I'm gonna go for Matthew Broderick's Godzilla.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well.
The way they changed the shape of Godzilla as well. They like they made him more of a lizard.
Fucking hell, Eric. That looks awful.
And that's not so bad it's good. That's just bad.
It looks like a chicken with like fucking lizard skin on it. And a tail. Holy shit.
Now I want to watch it. You're making me want to rewatch it. Just to make sure.
I ain't touching that with a 20-foot pole, my friend. Fuck.
Whew.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah, no, thank you.
I'm going for Ghidorah Super Monster as the worst one.
Oh, yeah, that one's bad.
Yeah. Since who's took away what I was going to use, that one I found really hard to get through. That was really impossible. Because I'd managed to get through fine the ones people say weren't that good from the 70s, the kids ones. I thought, oh, they're fine, they're enjoyable, they're silly.
Yeah.
That one just was like, Christ, this is horrible.
Yeah. I mean, Matthew Broderick is like a hero. It's just... Jesus.
I don't think Chris is ever going to go with that film. He's traumatized.
Yeah.
But they got Jamiroquai to do the song.
Yeah. On his deathbed, Chris will be still complaining with that film. And
Yeah,
Zavi.
I will.
And Zavi.
Oh. Did you hear Zavi now owned like 75% of Arrow?
No.
Isn't going to be buying from them anymore.
That's crazy, isn't it?
It's crazy, isn't it?
I think it's recent.
It's like what I said to you, though. I think it's just either Arrow's actually in a bit more financial difficulties than you actually think, or this is just a way for them to, make the business grow a bit more. I don't know. But the fact they got rid of Arrow Academy,
That is
kind of
mad.
tells you something different, doesn't it? So,
Yeah. Some of my favorite Arrow releases are from Arrow Academy, like the Human Condition, the Tai Show trilogy. What else you got? You've got the Zhang Case set. That is just
exactly. But no Oshima set anymore.
yeah. I mean, if anyone's going to release a box set of Oshima set, it was going to be Arrow Academy. Now I don't think so. I don't think Eureka would go near it.
No. It's like that Imamura set that came out at Christmas. You think that would have like gone out of print by now, but you can still buy it.
Yeah,
so I don't know. Maybe there's no market anymore. I don't know. People's Movies is saying, I remember going to a surprise film unlimited card screening. People dressed up as Thor Ragnarok, and the movie was actually Love, Simon.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And then Dimitri says he went to a screening with a Michael Myers t-shirt on, and he watched The Hate You Give instead. Oh man. Dimitri also says, I remember seeing Dragon Wars D-War 2007 at the cinema. Talk about bad impressions. And then People's Movie says, Zabi expect correct Blu-ray cases. Arrow Academy released some great film noirs. Not anymore, I guess.
Well, those Italian crime box set they've just announced today was pretty cool. I was actually impressed with their releases today because it seemed to have quite a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
It was
I think I definitely got more. Sorry.
They're releasing stuff in America as well. They're releasing in America and here, so we'll have to see how they do. And you kind of hope they do something.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird news, but
yeah, because I mean,
really goes.
They deal with Second Run, they deal with Third Window as well, and they're two like the smallest interesting places, So you can hope maybe some of those titles will move over there, but who knows?
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? I think it's just acquiring this stuff as well, isn't it? Is the problem? But,
yeah, it's,
I We'll see.
I think everyone's out of money just now because everyone's in lockdown. No one really has much.
But these companies are still like freaking whipping out box set after box set, and people are still buying.
Oh, who announced Irizumi the other day?
That was Arrow.
Oh, I gotta get that.
Yeah, I'm picking that up.
And I'm way behind. I'm actually behind on my 88 films and Eureka releases. Some of the Hong Kong stuff I gotta pick up.
Yeah, they're doing really well at 88 films with their Asian titles. I think they got to go back to releasing some more Shaw Brothers because they've taken a break from that and hitting like really hardcore on the Jackie Chan and Jean-Claude Van Damme movies.
Yeah.
The Van Damme hype is crazy right there at the minute. I don't get it. Why? Why do you need to premium package like some garbage? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just my opinion.
Van Damme is good garbage for me. Up
But
until
all
a point.
Emotionally. Yeah, up to a point, exactly. I don't know.
Up until what, 96, 95?
Yeah. I mean,
Sudden death.
Kickboxer, Bloodsport.
Yeah. Oh, God, I don't know.
Yeah.
No.
Kickboxer. Can you move like me? Can you move like me? You know, Bloodsport is based on a real guy.
Yeah, but it's fake.
Apparently, his life is a complete lie.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Oh my God, it's crazy. Is anybody got any new films that they're going to be watching over the next like week, 2 weeks, or?
You look at my little.
I have a massive backlog, so I'm just trying to decide which ones to watch more than anything. I got 20th Century through from Indicator and Crime Wave, both of them to watch. I got Dawn of the Dead through, so I'm skint now. So
I bought the Yoshida set, the Arrow Academy one, from eBay for like 20 quid.
Wow!
So yeah, I'm gonna go through and watch those.
Yeah, I've got there's a Buddhist set and I've got them. I haven't watched them yet though, so it's still in my to watch list.
Yeah, I bought a Buddhist set cheap as well.
Bastards, I spent money on those things.
It's always on eBay for enough. I don't think people knew what they were buying when they bought it, and they just realised it's not for them.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I mean, I think if you look around, sometimes you'll get stuff like that. Because I got the Agnes Varda thing really cheap when they released the Criterion set. So the people were just selling their old copy off. So I might get that. The Artificial Eye one, pretty decent price. So it does work out sometimes if you check on eBay, but it just depends though. Because I did buy both of those ones you just mentioned. I got them in sale, but they're still the narrow sale, so they're still more expensive than eBay.
Oh, Dimitri's gone. Bye, Dimitri.
Later, Dimitri. Right. I got my Forgotten Jally set part 3 there. I got to get through.
Wow.
What's nice.
And then I got. I'm watching the Yin Yang Master because Zhou Xun is in it, and I watch everything with Zhou Xun in it.
That's on Netflix at the moment.
Yeah. And then I got a bunch of movies that I bought over the past few months that I haven't even seen. I got a few Hammer box sets on DVD because they were cheaper. I got 30 of those movies I gotta watch, so it's backed up.
Do you know what I got? I came in the post today. Dynamo by Bruce Lee. That came in the post today. So I've got a massive stack of that high of Hong Kong titles to go through as well. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. It's a mixture of a bit of Johnny Toe, Ringo Lam. But it's just some classics in there. I just can't wait to go through them.
Oh yeah, I've also been on a kick of anime from the 90s. I bought a bunch of I like the violent ones. So I got like Armitage 3 and some ones that I've never seen before that I watched recently. So it's been all over the place.
Yeah.
The original Devil Man.
Yeah.
That's really violent. That bit where he goes into when he becomes Devil Man and he goes into that that sort of like a shell type thing where they're having a party, and then all of a sudden it just turns into a bloodbath. That's really good. It's really good anime.
Plenty to see. Obviously, Godzilla vs Kong.
Oh yeah.
And that. Maybe Snyder Cut, the grey version as well. More 4 hours.
See,
Sorry?
I'm interested in seeing it from a cinematic perspective. You rewatch the original one and then that's like 6 hours of my time I'm going to have to find. I don't know right now.
You don't have to rewatch the first one.
Even just to do the comparison, because I want to know, you know what I mean? I want to know the comparison.
It's an easy comparison. If it's really bad, it's like even Joss Whedon.
Apparently, there's only 20 minutes from the Joss Whedon cut in the Zack Snyder version. So
only 20 minutes?
20 minutes from the 2 hour runtime. So, yeah.
Yeah, because there was so many bits and bobs he added little things to, and it was like, why did you do that?
Yeah, these comparison videos are like slowly coming out as well, so you like see a bit more of the different. I've watched the Joss Whedon version a few times. Like, I'm not ashamed of saying it because I don't mind watching it, but the vast change is like immensely impressive, I think. It's worth a watch, even if you like watch 2 hours and then watch the other 2 hours. But oddly enough, like once you go into it, it doesn't even feel like 4 hours at all.
Yeah.
So it goes quite quick.
It's got good momentum to it because it's building.
Yeah.
In ways that they took out in another version, which actually made it far less tense and far less interesting. They just took out all the building blocks of the story in a really bizarre way.
Did Snyder actually think they were going to release a 4 hour film in theaters? So
no.
I think he was hoping for a director's cut down the line, but
apparently, like the story is that apparently he like tried to negotiate it down to 3, and they were still saying no. And then apparently, like Joss Whedon came in anyway as a script doctor into it because like that's what Whedon's always been doing. And then the more the things were getting worse, so apparently, like the more he was like changing things, and then obviously after what happened with his daughter, it just changed the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's crazy. But yeah, but we're 3 weeks away from Mortal Kombat as well.
Yeah,
that's crazy how fast that's come around.
Yeah,
but I cannot wait to see that movie. I'm still gonna watch the is it 95? Is it 95?
Yeah, Christopher Lambert.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna go for a rewatch of that before I watch the.
What about Annihilation though?
No, no thanks. No,
no, I'm not me either.
No,
like, yeah,
that's where I tap out.
Yeah, I was forced to watch it. Could do these videos, Two Idiots, and I was kind of forced to watch that one for it, and it was, oh god, it was so painful. I couldn't believe I was watching. That might actually be the worst film I've seen for a video, and I've seen Battlefield Earth.
Still, I'm staying away from that movie. Yeah, definitely no way. What we got here? What we got? People's movies. Oh, Dustin. He is watching the Rurouni Kenshin films this weekend.
Nice. Oh, nice.
What a guy.
Have you seen the trailer for the 4th one, Eric?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm ready, babe.
Yeah.
I need to watch those.
Yeah, same. You put the trailer up the other day, didn't you? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's when. Yeah, because you asked me about it. I remember now.
Yeah, and the Mickey trailer as well.
The which one?
Mickey.
Yeah, Mickey's new one. That looks just bonkers.
Yeah.
that was definitely an interesting ride for a trailer.
Oh yeah, because I watched The Actor Man about a month ago. We were kind of drunk, and it made film. Been drunk, and the logic of that film just worked really well together. You know, because it's a strange film.
I'm not sure, but the new Mike film might be a sequel to The Great Yokai War, so you might want to watch that if you haven't already. It was a good Mike film.
Interesting. People's movies I'm reviewing: Deliver Us from Evil, the South Korean thriller, as well.
Oh yeah, I've got that one. It was going on sale a couple of weeks ago. I haven't watched it yet though.
I'm getting the director's cut being sent to me.
Man, is it available where I'm at?
I saw the theatrical. Now the director's cut is coming out. Apparently, it's an improvement. It's more violent.
Yeah.
It's 100% fresh in Rotten Tomatoes. What the hell?
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean, this really cheesy Chinese co-production I got cheap as well, because sometimes they sell them off on Amazon for almost nothing for some reason. I don't know why, but a lot of stuff that comes from Asia, on action, sometimes if you look, you can get it for a few £. I got one called Skyfire, which was it looked so terrible. It was like, I've got to see this. This looks so bad. Just the trailer was so stupid in every possible way. It's like, I can't resist. I have to see this. I need to know if it's as bad as it looks.
Oh, Night in Paradise is coming on to Netflix.
Yeah, it's next month, right? April.
Yeah.
Still intrigued, even with the mixed reviews.
Park Hoon-jung, the great director.
Premium Blu-rays is watching Lady Snowblood this weekend as part of his watch list.
Nice.
And also Taste of Tea. What a back-to-back that would be. God. Talk about unhinged.
Lady Snowblood.
I bought Taste of Tea a few weeks ago. I haven't watched it though. Because I was selling off a lot of the Third Window stuff on iTunes.
Oh yeah.
Films. I was picking up the ones I couldn't get hold of, otherwise I would afford. So I just picked up some of them. Did that one. Because I want to see them anyway. So.
What else we got? Then people just said watching Promising Young Woman again before it's out in April. I like that movie. It was one of my favorites of last year. Well, Dimitri's not here, but Dimitri hated it. But oh yeah, and then Flowers from Shanghai getting a UK release in June as well, which is I don't know. I'm happy with that anyway.
I've got the Taiwanese one, which is the same master. There was a lot of criticism about the
French one,
the remaster, the color. Yes, because it's a French. The French did the remastering.
Yeah,
and the
bloody French.
Everyone's complaining that it's too warm. The colors. It got a lot of stick. I quite liked it.
I'm definitely going to pick it up anyway. Carry on with my Hao Xiao Shen watchings. Carry on next week with that.
Oh yeah, I picked up during the iTunes. So I also picked up. Those 2 Invisible Man films came out from Japan. So
I saw them. They're really, really fun.
Yeah, I need to watch those. Again, because I'm in skint, I can't afford to buy the discs at the moment, so I'm just doing what I can to see them for now.
To be honest, like that sale was really good.
It was good to pick up stuff you can get a chance on.
Yeah, exactly.
I can try stuff, and it might be if it's really good. I'll get it. If not, well, I'm only waste a few £.
That's how I think most of the time. Is like with these things, is like I'd rather give it a chance and then decide if I want to get it or not, rather than just be like, oh yeah. It's like I watched The Legend of the Stardust Brothers the other day, and I absolutely loved it. Like I thought
as well.
I thought it was crazily good. So I said to Huston, like, I definitely would buy it now because I know I'd rewatch it. But it was on Mubi, so I was like, yeah, I'll give it a go.
Have you seen it, Eric?
Yeah, let me look at my notes. I got a feeling that I didn't like it.
It's absolutely bonkers.
Yeah. The ending is just like, yeah, it's just so, yeah, it's just crazily good.
Yeah. What did I pick up? I'm just going to check my iTunes thing. 'Cause I picked up a couple of interesting, weird. So I got the Burning Buddha Man. I got Dangun Runner.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah. I got the El Juicy tapes. The Foreign Duck, the Native Duck, and God in a Coin Locker.
That's a good one.
Fish Story.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't Anyone Alive?
Oh, I didn't like that one, I think.
Yeah. Kaiju from Kitano. Stardust Brothers. So I just got a bunch of them. Melancholic, Love and Other Cults.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I have not seen Stardust Brothers. I'll have to check that out.
So Taste the Tea.
It's like
Yuzaku Limelight.
Mm-hmm. Most
It's
of those
on
I
Stardust
enjoyed.
It's on
like
US YouTube.
Yeah, it's like a Japanese version of Rocky Horror Show, I would say,
Okay.
but a lot more bizarre. I mean,
It's
the director's dad was the guy who created Astro Boy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
These because I asked Hust if the director actually had any other movies like physically available, and he said no. But Third Window are releasing one of his latest films. Is it Tezuka's Barbara? Is it called?
Yeah.
Is that what it's? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's coming out by Third Window this year.
That Third Window Stardust Brothers was the first time it was released outside of Japan.
Okay.
So yeah.
If you haven't got it's on Mubi in the US now. If you haven't got an account, just let me know. You can borrow my account if you want. Just give it a go before you can. If you want to buy it after, that's all totally up to you. I'll send it to you after if you want. Yeah. People's movies. I saw the Stardust Brothers in the cinema. Loved it. That's amazing. I'm assuming it was a special screening last year, right?
Prince Charles.
Was that Prince Charles? Was it?
Yeah.
Damn. The songs are really catchy though. Very catchy. But yeah. Is anybody else? Do we have anything else to talk about, or is everybody a bit? No, I don't know. I find it hard to get vibes off people these days. 2019, he saw it in the cinema. Lucky.
Yeah,
Glasgow Film Festival, he saw it.
Oh, Glasgow.
Damn, that'd be cool to see in the cinema though. I doubt very much if I screened that in the cinema around here. I don't think anybody could watch it. Could try though. I could try. I did pick up a really shit slasher film. Have you ever heard of Valentine from 2001?
Yeah. Some people really like it, but it just didn't work for me.
Do you know what? I watched it a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, do you know what? I was stupid enough to buy it on Scream Factory. So
it's the same director as Urban Legend, I think, right?
Yeah.
So I was going into it expecting it to be pretty good because I like the first Urban Legend film.
The second one, I don't mind the second Urban Legend.
Yeah, it's not bad
either. And the third one is like.
Oh, I haven't seen the third.
They've released them all on in a box set in the UK. I can't remember who released it now.
Yeah, I gotta be honest with you. One of the movies I'm looking forward to this year, Terrifier Part 2, baby.
Oh hell yeah!
And I heard that the director's editing it, and he's estimating it's gonna be longer than the first film. So I don't know. It could be. I'm kind of excited though.
Art the Clown is just one of the best new slasher characters in the world.
That dude kind of creeps me out too. I kind of get chills watching that movie.
Do you know when he do you want to see that? I still quite get a bit queasy. Do you know when he starts sawing her in half?
Yeah,
that is proper gruesome stuff. But I cannot wait to see Terrifier this year, whenever it comes out. I'm assuming he's keeping it for Halloween, but
probably.
But hopefully it'll be. I doubt very much it'll get a cinema release, but I'm sure it'll be on VOD. Definitely watch a Halloween. 1000%. I think I'm more excited about that than Halloween Kills.
Oh, me too, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Spiral's coming out next month as well. The new Saw movie with Chris Rock playing the detective with Samuel Jackson. Like, what the fuck? This is just going to be really random, isn't it? And then you got Candyman as well.
Yeah.
A lot of horror to look forward to, but you see how it goes.
I'm kind of dreading Candyman because I really like the original, and it's like that thing you just hope they don't mess it up. You know, that's kind of because it looks promising in the trailers, but you always think, well, that may be all the good stuff in it, so you have to wait and see.
Sure.
So, but I'm hoping for the best, but I'm still kind of dreading it a little bit.
The director of Candyman did a samurai movie, but last year or year before, Samurai Marathon.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
It's really good.
The original Candyman we're talking about now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
I think both Eric and I have covered that movie. I covered it years ago.
Two great minds think alike, eh?
And feel so differ. I watched The Thing this afternoon. Like, projected it. It was really cool to watch it and the atmosphere, and I haven't watched it for a while.
Talk about the remake, yeah?
The Carpenter one. Which is a remake, but...
Oh, Samurai Marathon's on Prime for free.
Yeah.
It's a bit odd. It's a bit odd. Yeah, it's a little,
it's
a little
worth
different.
It, though. It's really worth it.
Yeah.
So is it like any of the movies that we have discussed?
Yeah, giant squid comes up and they have to fight him while they're running a marathon.
Yeah.
It's literally that samurai's running a marathon.
Yeah, but there's politics.
And it gets a little bit violent. Yeah.
There's a lot of
I don't mind that.
Yeah.
Random concept, but yeah.
This is a Kaiju and Suicide Squad. New one's coming up.
The giant starfish, yeah?
Yeah.
Man, that trailer didn't do it for me, man.
A lot of people said the same.
I think the comedy, the quips just didn't. That was my problem. Everything was a quip.
Yeah. I think this is the thing about James Gunn is like, his formula kind of worked for Guardians of the Galaxy, but at the same time, I think it's because he's been in the system for too long now. I don't think he's going to be as like weird as he was when he used to write stuff for Trauma back in the day. Slither's is a nice freaky movie, but I don't think he knows how to make like something a bit more standout-ish now. Even though I do like the idea of King Shark being voiced by Sylvester Stallone. That's just random. I loved the scene when he was ripping that person in half in the trailer. That was probably the best thing in the whole trailer for me. But
I don't think they've treated that much so far. You don't know really much of a clue. It's like, well, we'll see what happens. You're just getting little bits and bobs of things, and this doesn't really have any context. So I'm hoping for the best, but we'll see.
It is what it is, isn't it? But I think DC is going to struggle topping up the Snyder Cut this year anyway. So it's going to be better than any Marvel movie that comes out. I can tell you that now. With Scarlett Johansson in a PVC catsuit and her Black Widow movies. So,
we'll
see.
And no film will be as daft as stupid as Fast 9.
Yeah,
I'm so looking forward to that because it looks so bizarre.
Yeah, that's summer, right?
Yeah, I mean, each film gets crazier and crazier, and I'm along for the ride for how crazy they're going to get.
Was it in Fast 8 when they were in like Dubai, and then there was a car in a showroom, and then it jumped into the.
That was Fast 7, for God's sake.
Was that 7? Was it
7? 8 was the one with a version of submarine.
Oh, with the submarine,
right?
Oh my God!
In all fairness, I think Tommy Lee Jones did that 30 years ago in Black Moon Rising. I think so. It's...
And the trailer in 9, they swing from a vine with a car. It's like
it makes me laugh, like how much of the cast of these movies hate each other. Like Vin Diesel and Dwayne Johnson hate each other.
Yeah.
Then,
I think Tyrese was.
Tyrese all pissed. Yeah, it's just like, why would you make the I know you want money, but like if you hate people that much, why the hell would you make more? I don't know.
I guess.
Remember when it was all
you've got
about
the Rock
Paul
in-
Walker, honoring Paul Walker's memory?
Yeah.
Now it's all about the money, baby. That turned pretty fast.
Yeah, I mean, the Rock wasn't pulling in the numbers that he does. I don't think he'd put him in there.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, there's no way. I mean, what? He's the highest earning actor in the world right now.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of films, and
Hobson Shaw, though. I love Hobson Shaw.
Yeah, I like Thomas Shaw as
liked
well.
it.
Yeah, it's good fun. Really enjoyable, silly.
And
I
there's a
was fun
second
this
one
for
coming.
Rampage as well, even though it's really daft.
Hey, well, you could have considered Rampage as a kaiju movie.
Yeah.
Or Mighty Joe Young could have been another one.
That girl from
How
Hobson
could
Shaw.
you
I've always
remake
seen
Mighty
my
Joe Young?
Who's that?
How could you remake Mighty Joe Young?
Disgusting.
Joey.
What a movie. But our premium Blu-rays has bought some stuff from the third window sale. He's got Snake of June, Bullet Ballet, Himizu, and Hanagatami. All very good choices.
Yeah, that was a good pickup, man.
Yeah. I still think Snake of June is my favorite Tsukamoto movie.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, there's Snake and June Bullet Ballet 2 I need to rewatch still. I haven't watched Bullet Ballet, but I need to watch. I have seen Snake and June, but it was years ago. So I need to rewatch that one and watch Bullet Ballet, but I've seen most of the other ones now.
Hanagatami as well, though. Glad that actually got a release here. I hope that, obviously, Eric doesn't, but I hope that Labyrinth of Cinema gets a Blu-ray release as well. Yeah, his face says enough there.
And more of his stuff needs to get released, definitely. I'd love to see a box set. Can you imagine a box set of Obayashi film? That'd be insane.
Wow.
I would,
That'd be
honestly, just even to get his motorbike Hurt Island on a Blu-ray would be fucking amazing. I think that's my favorite Obayashi movie now. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. There was a really freaky one with school kids on a bus or something as well, but I forgot what it was called now.
Bus?
It's the monster one. It's like a kids movie kind of thing.
The deserted something? Deserted classroom?
Something. Was it that? Wait a minute. I'm almost there.
It's the one with a lot of amateur acting in it by international actors.
The drifting classroom.
Yeah, man, I really didn't like that one.
That was a weird movie. I think it's actually on YouTube still. Like that's how I watch like most of the Obayashi movies I have seen was because of YouTube. But that one was just I don't know. It was just like fucking Hands Across America with all like different people from like every part of the world, and it was just it was like Spielberg but done really badly. Yeah. But what else have we got? Where am I? People's Movie Samurai Marathon. Destin Vital is my favorite Tsukamoto. And then Confessions. Confessions is from Nakashima.
Yeah.
Is it Nakashima?
Yeah.
Nakashima,
Yeah, his new horror movie needs to get released still. It comes. I had to buy the Japanese freaking DVD and watch it without subtitles because I don't know if it's ever going to get a release.
When did that come out?
2018.
Oh, really? Is it any good or eh?
I liked it.
Did you? Oh yeah. Damn. I only watched Nakashima like recently, but Memories of Matsuko it's probably the best film I've seen like in ages. I absolutely love that film. But, Kamikaze Girls is great as well. I love do you know the film Ghost World with Scarlett Johansson?
Yeah.
Still haven't seen it.
I have like Ghost World vibes with Kamikaze Girls. It was just really great. The Kaneko was the other one I watched, and obviously Confessions, but he needs to make more movies, man. He's an interesting mind. I like him. But yeah. Anything else? Are we good? I don't know. You tell me.
I think we're good.
We're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
What do you
yeah,
think?
guys, thank you for joining in the conversation and watching. Thank you to Pete, Eric, Dion, as always, and yeah, we'll see you next month. Haven't decided what we're going to do yet. We'll see near the time.
It will be 1 year on the 10th of April. Will be
We've been doing this.
1 year anniversary of this stream.
Wow.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, cool. 1 year we've been doing these. They've been a lot of fun. But I think we definitely got to do one for the an anniversary for the exploitation one.
June 2021.
Yeah.
Get ready.
I'll have to rewatch the video and write down all of the titles so I don't double over. I mean, I'll double team them.
And I think we all have to watch the film about the girl who gets milked beforehand.
Well, I've seen that one already.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is breaking up.
That London Wi-Fi. You know, the joke is he's the only one that can end the session as well.
So we're just gonna be here all night.
Yeah. Okay. Is he back?
You see me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I don't know what happened there. Yeah. But yeah, we've got to watch that milking movie before we do that stream.
I agree.
But yeah, guys. Thank you very much, everyone, and yeah, we'll see you next month.
Yes.
Or till our next videos. All right. Take it easy, guys.
Right.